So I would like to welcome everyone here. Good morning, Wilbert. Good morning, Pasquale. Good morning, everyone from the States and from Greece and Europe. Thank you all for being here. Good morning, Wilbert. Let me see. I think you're muted. We want the voice of the Andean shamans to be heard. We do not want it to be muted. There you go. Buenos dias, buenos dias.
Thank you, everyone.
Can you hear me? Let me see if I can hear you. There you go. Welcome. I would like to welcome everyone and introduce two amazing human beings that are doing amazing work on the planet, for the planet. I am honored to be here this morning with everyone. Thank you for taking the time and for being here with us. I would like to say for humans, cats, and dogs that I see that are here with us, welcome, especially for the animals because we're really into the beauty of power animals. I would really quickly want to say that in 2003, I was diagnosed with stage 4 cancer and I was given 3 months of life. I started traveling the world. I traveled a lot extensively through Mexico, and then I traveled to Peru. And it is in Peru where I found my family. It was Peru where I found the people that trained me and are continuing to train me. And it is in Peru where I found my new self and my mission in life and created the Jaguar Path trainings since 2007 throughout the United States and the world. So today I want to introduce two men that and a whole lineage, so 1,000 men in front of us right now, that really shifted my entire life and continue to do so. I bow in honor and in gratitude for all the gifts. And we're here today to learn a little bit more about the Andean shamans. I feel that it was so important for me because when I was diagnosed, essentially, I had to leave everything. I had to leave my home in Greece. I had to travel the world. And in some ways, we all had to leave something in this last year and a half with everything that is happening. And what this meant for me, meeting Wilbert, meeting Pasquale, meeting Don Francisco, meeting Juana, Bernardina, is 4 main teachers that I've had and have, basically gave me a new compass and a new way of seeing the world. And I create a new paradigm in which I live in. And that is something that these people have saved, have kept in safekeeping up in the Andes for us for over 600 years. But I'm going to give it to Don Wilbert and Pasquale to begin, and as we move on, there'll be a moment that I'm going to encourage everyone to bring in questions for them, and we will take it from there. Don Wilbert, buenos dias once again.
Good morning to everyone, and thank you for this nice introduction. And I have to just tell you that welcome to everyone, and I have to tell you thank Ray, and thanks to Jaguar Path that invited us to be together and grow this spiritual path and grow this knowledge, this love, and this energy, because the world need a lot about this, and the world right now is waiting from us something that we need to give. We just receive, but no, we are not giving nothing. So to beginning, we have to just open in the direction. So everyone to the south, please, with your hands like this, to the south direction.
So look and see if you can find the south.
South to the south. Yeah. Sacha matu amaro. Yana pawaiko to sichiwaiko. Imasomasta kuranga. Kalbaikita mastalimoiko kamikenki. Hatun serpiente, mama serpiente. Yet unchaipe. Jiwaite, Ray. Paipa. Ngunapa. Imasoma kalpata. Oh!
Oh!
Hatu tay tay. Sumatang kunaka Machiwaiko, Sumata Kunanka, Sumata Kunanko Paiwaiko, Ari, Kaiko, Sunkuipupi, Hawaii Nikubas Kake, Kuram Sumata, they take Rewaikita, Lindatum Young Major Kumki, Chinki, Alianta, Subhananta. Keichun Town, Sumata, Amache Spekunan, Kalinta, I said, when Kiku, Kapak Nikima, Che Korkan Nikima, Cheta Sakura Nukaiko, and Jasaku Chewa Rikunata. Hatu miache nikyo hatu muna nikyo hatu muna nikyo or petition koche yay
Happy time, yay.
Ibar kente chompe kente almikenke imasuma kente kete imasuma flores hampumuya bisakita maltamoiku i uyari waiku kunam punche ki waiki rai pas estudiantin kuna ki pikasyon sungkunta ikarikimu imasuma kaya yasa ininta muna ininta ya sarimu hampumuya oh
Happy time.
Hampi suyo, hampi te punto rapucini, hampi te kunan kasumata palpaikion, ai sari waiki chutari waiki te sumurtai kunan kacei sumah pikikion cei sumah palpaikion, alinta kunan kapari waiko, alinta pauji waiko, hanak pacau kurekta waiko, hanak pacau aparospat sumata kunan te dentisman, munachi waiko, cei yang ke nikuta munai nikuta, yipinta kalata alinte waiko, cei tatamurai kutupa. Kuna kepa rona kuna mengia sako kampa mungeni kita kampa nyejen kita kampa mungeni kita. Ari te keping kasih kusumata kuna nggak. Kaya amigo Ray, kaya wakintis Ray, kaya wakintis familia Ray, hatu musuyo Ray. Kaya kuna power. Nakas yang sumata kuna nggak cai Jaguar pat cai on jawa sunja linta kuna nggak. Pero itu suncis kuna nggak spiritual kuna aling kana semua.
Happy time. Bring your hand or your attention down to the earth to thank Pachamama, Mother Earth.
Pachamamita, uyari waiko, chiskichi waiko, kamikenki mamita, imasomachta. Bastari waiki. Yei testan chapi, hunna kustaiguta, Pachamamita, y Perú suyupe, inala triapa texemun de Pachamama. Kampi masuma animal kuna, planta kuna, Pachamama, inala me mama pucha, camino, gracias kuna. Gracias Pachamamita, uyariwai kumasumafta. Pachamama, Costa Rica, Pachamama, América, Europa, todos Pachamamita. Gracias Masumafti. Imaymana pichariki yakichikiko, imaymana kofa kunawan kundamenas Pachamamita. Chemi wajakuyiko Pachamamita. Mujaitu limpiaiku, askerona kunata imaymana todos Pachamamita. Irunawaiku la pamanta Pachamamita. Gracias. Oh!
Bring your hands, your attention up to the sky, to the sun and the earth and the moon.
Hatung taita, hatung kamachik, hatung miachachik, hatung hamauta, kami tete kenki, no kaiku kamachik mikyo, kami tete wirakocha, hatung kamachik, pachakamachik, pachachachi, pachakallarichik, kami tete kenki, hatung nyawio, hatung simio, hatung cuerpoyo, hatung kurkoyo, kami tete munailio kenki, kami tete yang kenki, chete kuna pastario kai kuna sabay kai kuma. Kay Jaguar pat ta chopping mga kuna churaiku, Jaguar pat nis kasuting man, jemen churaiku tete. Jemen mi kuna sway kuna pa hatung ayo kamunko. Iyacha. Iyacha muna. Muna iya. Kuna kakari ita jiwan kiku tete. Kuna kasi hatung kuchat kuna kuchat pis kuchat jetas chuyan jeti mama jeti. Kalau kuna tete jakan kitis giping ngap kuna tete. Chaska kuna sumaktai kuna kai sarang gitu taringi hatung gato sumakro aing tete sumakro. Mamakoto hampi tete kuna hampi sumak hatung chaska hampi tete hampi iskecha da kinsa jata wajat hampi tabay jaban nyawi hatung jakana sumak kuna. Kau sumak tunyuna cibai tete sumak tunyun kan jari itu tadi ini kan. Kiri main ko bilang speaker tete ini kuna hatung kai pat sumak kuna. Yo!
Horpichai.
Oy,
Beautiful.
wai ke panay ko na alilan tu kasenti. Yung kapis kipi masuma kasyana ke wai kanjis velver salas. Inayat takawal kipi wai ke rai. Yung kaksuti me haka kerus viachtamanta ke Cosco región Coscope que en que con la Pascual a Pasa Flores. Yung kapis na pa yung chiti sorteo.
Brother and sister, welcome to this meeting. I'm from the Quero Nations, from the last Inca village, and we are continuing. We are following our lineage. Today is a special day because I'm going to know to everyone today, and I'm going to try to share you what I know about my tradition. And my name is Pascual Pasa Flores.
Ya wai ki panay ko lang kay masumakaya ki imacho ki rimaini skandal ki rimason ki namanda po na espiritualmente yacha imandari ki wai kan diskuna manguilason yacha ninjista imaina tan yacha ninjista inaspa protección ta hapenan jispa salud ninjispa una mas inskuna hampenapa ya pampa wai kai.
For us, it's just everything ceremony. Maybe you're going to see why ceremony everything. Because that is the only way that we are going to be connected with our Mother Earth, with the spirits. And we believe that the spirits and the Mother Earth have special knowledge and a special beautiful love and powerful energy to share with us. And all of this we do because we want to be in good life. We want to be in good, we want to have a very nice life. That's counseling. So that's why that we are here to teach you how to keep that.
Ya hina wai ke panay ko na riki alimpunan kay manda pay ko na kay estudyante ko na kasi pay na piache ita mo na jeta wilasun imata muna sanguta wilasun niki imata pukunin ko pay ko na kanga hina chita nyo kapis ni siya wai kay panay rai.
We are here ready to teach you, and would be nice and would be good if you can ask us if you have some questions, and we are going to give you answers. That's the only way to learn. I have to say to all the students that you are with the Jaguar path, welcome, and you are going to learn a lot, and for sure you are going to shift your life because this tradition is going to touch yourself. It's going to go inside of you, inside of your knowledge, inside of your love, and inside of your energy, and make you a new person. Because if you're going to be this new person, for sure, this new world is going to be different, and you're going to be ready to share what you know to the rest of the people. To you first, you will start with your family, and after that, you will go and you will share to your area, to your community. That's the only way how we can spiritually grow yourself and also to the rest of the people who are with you.
Beautiful, beautiful.
Hinang
May I-
Okay, and and you have to honor it this moment because Wilbert, myself, and the Ray are like leaders, and we are going to show you most ceremonies, and it's the only way that you can be.
And if I may say, Don Wilbert, for a moment,
Everything ceremony. Okay.
I would like, if I may interrupt, because and I want to share with everyone just more about what you're saying. I always feel like a conversation we've had many years, over 15 years now. It's like you translate the Quechua and you translate the ways, and you are a great teacher. And I have to thank you for all that I've learned from you and that you share with us in the Jaguar path. And I want to just give a little bit, a 30-second backstory for everyone, just to, because my job, as I've been appointed and I'm called the bridge, is to then translate into our mentality and understand what the teachings are for us, how they can actually, how we can receive them and actually make that shift happen. So very quickly, I want to say that the Queros, Pascual, and the tribe are essentially the Inca the ancestors of the Incas, when the conquistadors arrived in Peru, the shamans of the Incas saw what was happening, what would happen, and they took off and fled to the mountains and established the Andean shamans villages. They established the Quero villages, the Quero nations peoples villages, and have now come out of hiding after more than 500 years. They have come down in the late 60s, 70s, they've come out, and they're sharing with us a language that's been protected, ways and ceremonies that have been protected, of indigenous wisdom, of what we need now more than ever. As we've lost our paradigms, we almost lost our footing, if you want, because we've taken this road so far away from Mother Earth, from Pachamama. We've taken our way of being so much far away from nature that we took our way out of our own nature. So the Queros bring to us and want to share throughout the world these ways of wisdom, the indigenous wisdom, for us to create a new paradigm. And as Wilbert says, ceremony, 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 please talk to us about how ceremony really changes our perspective and what ceremonies you would like to share with us, Wilbert. Gracias. Thank you for your patience. Please.
Okay, so I'm going to introduce myself. I'm Wilbert Salas Atasi from Cusco, Peru. My village is Colcha, which is the Apurimac Valley. In this Apurimac Valley, I just started when I was like 6 years old, when my father started with the fuels, with the cultivations. That's why I think that was the beginning time, to start time for me, because my first time was how my father did a nice and wonderful ceremony for cultivation. Of course, once I have seen this ceremony, they asked us for me like a special thing, and which is when I asked to my father, what is that? And he says, no, we are trying to the Mother Earth to give us a beautiful and great cultivation and have a good harvest on the end of this February. He says that. And after that, every time that he went to my cultivation, I was with him and also doing our ceremony, also doing this. And that's why that I'm in this lineage. But after that, it's going to be a long time, learning time. So in this learning time, I'm going to be just a big helper. Normally when my father or grandmother, when they do the ceremony, and that's how we learn, that was an amazing thing. Because for example, Pascual right now, he has 2 kids and he come with him and he's looking what we do. So that's the way how we learn, this tradition. How I told you, for me was a nice experience and a long time learning. In this long time learning, Kamachi time, I say, helping, we're going to know, the ingredients that we have to use in the ceremony, the places where we have to do, and the name of these mountains, the name of these lakes, which lake is so sacred, which mountain is so sacred. So like this, we have to learn in this time. And also, it's not going to be enough that one. We have to start to do our Paco Mesa. We need to start to pick up our stones in different mountains. And finally, it's going to be our healing stones. So that one is going to be how we are going to start with this tradition. And also, in my village, wherever we have a Apurimac River, that Apurimac River means speaking river, speaking God. That's the traduction. Apurimac, Apu means God, and Rimac, speaking. So the speaking river. So behind of this river, we did many dispatches, many ceremonies for different kind of intentions. And always our idea, always our we can say our lineage is going to teach us how to connect with the Mother Earth, how to go to the mother of the rivers, how to go to the deep part of the mountains, how to go to the upper world. For that, for example, if we're going to do a nice ceremony, we need to start with the upper world because we believe there is the Wiracocha Pachacamachik Pachayachachik, the teacher of the world, the creator of the world is there for us in the upper world. And we need to go to the star nations, and the star nations we need to go to the Chacana, which is the Southern Cross, and Pleiades, the Seven Sisters, Amakoto, and to the Orioles. And in our cosmovision we have the great snake, we have the great puma, and also we have this Chacana, which is Southern Cross. Okay, so after that we come down a little bit to the mountains, and we go to the four directions, which is Antisuyo, Contisuyo, Chinchasuyo, Coyarsuyo. On the same time, the sacred wind, the Wilca wind, the Wilca Waira, and also we go to this place, and finally go to the Okupacha, and with that we start to do the ceremonies. Of course, each of these we are going to talk in the next classes, because today is just the introduction, and we are going to teach you how that works. For our ceremonies, we need to go to the upper world because it's so important to go up there. And we come down to the sky pacha, which is our earth, our place that we live. And then we need to go to the under, because also these three levels, these three worlds is necessary to call them, because this spirit is going to help us to do real our intentions. That's
beautiful.
And also, want to talk a little bit?
Let me translate a little bit. Let me share a little bit, because I just love how you open like a river, talking about the speaking river. Wilbert, you are the speaking river. You're just like all this information coming at us. It's just amazing. And I just want to have everyone be on top and listening, or be right there with you. And I want to say the reference here to that Wilbert speaks of is how Wilbert and how Pascual, how they Keros essentially view the world, and beginning from, first of all, listen to this. There's a speaking river. The river is just not something out there, or I'll go fishing at the river and then leave. The river is something that is constantly speaking to us. And just now Wilbert shared the whole Inca cosmology. If we unpack what Wilbert just said, we'll need about 2-3 weeks talking and practicing. So just really quickly, I want to say that there's an understanding of the earth, what Wilbert is referring to, what the Pacos, right? The Pacos being the Andean shaman, the Quero shamans, the Quero holy men that give blessings are called Pacos, right? The medicine man, the medicine woman. And they talk about understanding earth as a soul mother. The rivers are the veins that run in our blood. When I look and say, thank you, river, I'm giving gratitude to my own veins. I'm allowing for that to be assimilated in my whole system, in my immune system, in my whole being. When we look at the forests give us the bones. When we look at the oceans, we look at the emotions of the emotions. The ocean is what gives us the emotions and our whole understanding and sweetness of life. Right? The valleys, our belly and how we feel. The flowers are everything, all the happy moments that we live. And I'll bring it home to give it to you, Wilbert. He's talked about immediately there's an understanding of the 4 directions. So in the West, we've stopped looking at the directions. We don't use the compass. We don't look at the southern star and say, good morning, Sachamama, great serpent. We're here and waking up. Imagine every morning waking up and looking at 4 directions, giving gratitude, looking below and above, giving gratitude, and then starting the day. A restart that says, I've woken up today in a holy day. I've woken up today in a blessed day. I've woken up today in the gift that God, the goddess of earth, Mother Earth has given me, that the gift that the sun and the moon are giving me. So I take that first step out of my house to go to work, to go to wherever I am going to, in reverence. When Wilbert says hear that word, ceremony, ceremony, ceremony. It is something we've lost in the West. It is something we would like to introduce more. It's something that all indigenous wisdom practices are bringing back to our attention. It is exactly that. Where is my attention when I'm moving out to the day? So we don't look outside and say, what is going to come to me? But rather we say, how about I open my heart this morning, I bow to the earth and hold Pachamama, my sweet mother, and say, thank you for this day. This is a gift. I understand it. I know this is a gift. Up to the sun, thank you for the daylight that you've brought this new day here. The moon, thank you for giving me those, that quality of reflecting back, so I don't rush through things, but I reflect with everything that happens, and I'm more attentive. And again, the key word, and I will give it to you, Wilbert, the key word here is ceremony, and be in ceremony, rather than say, oh, my life, my Monday through Friday is mundane. Maybe Sunday will be a holy day. Every second, and coming from a person that I thought I would have lost my life 18 years ago, I was sure to have lost my life. I wake up every morning, and this day too is a gift that I wasn't supposed to have. So I look at serpent, jaguar, hummingbird, condor. I thank Mother Earth, I thank Father Sun, and I take this day as a gift, and I bring my whole attention with, exactly like Wilbert said, with big love. With big love and big attention, I walk through my day. Don Wilbert, thank you. Thank you. And again, my job here, guys, is to translate the translation and make sure that we're all receiving the gifts that has taken me more than 15 years with these wonderful, amazing people to create and understand. Wilbert.
Okay, so thank you. And when I was 20 years old, I was like investigating about this tradition, about this lineage. And someone told me that there is Quero Nation people, there is Chuncho. And asking and asking, I meet with Don Benito Corihuaman, he passed already, a good and also Don Mariano Quispe, who also passed already. And my first connection with the Quero people was when I was 20 years old. And how a nice connection, because, you know, they told me that, Benito told me that, you know, Quero nations until 1950 were not part of the Peru nation people. So they were out of it. They were not part of the habitants of Peru. So this history was wonderful because, you know, he told me that, you know, we are living in this high place, like 4,000 meters, 4,500 meters from the sea level. There is our house and there is our place, and like mostly, you know, our packers. And when I asked, can we go there? We went there, and that was, at that time, that was 4 days walking, 4 days, and we finally went there, and it's really very cold out there, and people how just live without a doctor, without nothing. Everything is just a natural way. They keep all the illness, all the disease just with the flowers, with the roots, with the leaves, and also with the clay. So that was so different. That was like a wild, but so wild, but so nice. How you can now, people just can live without hospital, without education, but they are there, you know. So right now, of course, they have already school, they have a small place that can go where they can go to have some information about medicine. But on that time was wild and so interesting, so powerful spiritual way. So, and what I learned from the Quero Nation people is that, you know, if you will be in good relationship with the Mother Earth and with the spirits, you will be okay. Because, you know, if you have problem, you're gonna say to someone, you know, this is my problem and you need to fix that one. And for that, I'm going to give you this. So the ceremony is gonna be something that you're gonna give to the spirits. I give you that, but back of that, I need that one. So that's going to be the reciprocity. And what we are going to do is the great Aini. Aini is the great relationship between you and between me. So Aini finally is going to be today for you and tomorrow for me. That's the idea. So that's why that they do, you know, in this high mountain, this high warikui, which is going to be the ceremony. High warikui is something special. ceremony in which you're going to use many kind of ingredients which you have in your hand, ingredients which you take from the jungle. Coca leaves is going to be the first tool that you're going to use in this ceremony. And doing your quintos, doing your nice quinto, which is 3 leaves with the 3 color of flowers. That's what you're going to do. And after that, you're going to put in your ceremony for the intentions that you have. That's it. So when I was 20 years old, also I meet with Paco Mariano, and Mariano tell me different nice things. And he says, "Are you Paco?" He told, "No, I am not Paco." And he told, "No, you need to receive the permission from our spirits, from our Mother Earth." And how I can do it, I say to him. And he says, no, Papa, you come here and we go to the Huamanripa and I'm going to give you the right in this place. And that was, he gave me this right. And from that time, I am Paco Pampa Messiah until now. Someday I'm going to be Kuraj Akuyi. And, maybe nobody knows, maybe I'm going to be Alto Messiah. But, I'm so happy myself because I great world here, world another world, with all the spirits, and this mission. That's why we are.
Wilbert, I think that we're losing you. Let me just see something. I can't hear you for a second. Let me see. Is everyone else? Can everyone hear? Or is there a little bit? Let me see. Is the image? There you go. Okay, yeah. Thank you. Thank you. Let's bring it up. I think he did the right thing. He hung up and he's going to call again. We've been doing this last, I want to say 6 to 8 months, this year basically, but I want to dive right in and take this moment. And I'm kind of torn because I really just want to sit back and absorb like a sponge. But at the same time, here I am 16 years later, and this is just this now, right? I'm still taking notes, I'm still absorbing, and I've learned how to learn from them. So while I want to just be quiet and let you guys enjoy Don Wilbert and Don Pascual, I also don't want you to miss out. So I do, and I would like to do these translations, because Wilbert, you hear what he said? First we need to give. First we need to give. And I'm going to say it as I believe it is, that I believe that in the Western world, I'll just make a nice statement, I got used to taking, I got used to receiving, I got used to sitting back and maybe have a remote control, or maybe look out in the world and say, well, what is for me today? And in some ways, it's a little bit of the history of the white person. We're like, oh, let me take a little bit of this from here and a little bit of that from there. And what's happened is, in the same time, is that we've lost that what they have as first way of being is Aini. And I don't want to run through that and just pass that. I put it in the chat box, but I'm going to say it. Aini means reciprocity, but Aini means also paying it forward. Aini means being in correct relationship to. So when I walk on earth, if I'm a person that's only receiving, then the only thing I have to pay attention to is who is giving me or what is coming towards my way. But if I walk in Aini, watch this, it means that I'm first of all, it is important for me to be paying attention to where and how I stand. How do I show up? How is my behavior the moment I stand in front of a group, say of 100 people? How is my attention when I'm in a church or a temple? How's my attention when I'm riding my bicycle with my son? I'm having a conversation with my wife. When I am at sea. Aini means that I understand that I'm only a small part of a bigger whole, and that is important for me to be in correct relationship to. And I love this because this is just, simple idea, a great idea. It's even more than that. It's everything in the senses that it's clear that the shamans, the yogi shamans, the great yogi shaman Patanjali says in the Yoga Sutras, where chitta goes, prana follows. Where your attention goes, life force, events, what's going to unfold, that follows, right? So where chitta goes, where my attention goes, life comes. It is important for us, and again, I feel it is in the Western world or maybe in the modern world, we're moving so fast that we're used for things. It's like we have delivery, we have Amazon, we have remote controls, we have cell phones. Everything comes to us, and it's almost like allowing for our spiritual self to start getting lazy, and almost allowing for our whole being to begin to believe that we are the center of the universe. And we are the center, and like for God, for the gods, for the earth, for the sun, for the moon, you are the center. They love you, they give us, they keep on giving us life force and nourishment and warmth and reflection. But it is really important that we understand that when we go out through our day, in order to be Naini, we bring attention to where we're at. What is my contribution when I show up at the church? It could be when I'm at the church that my contribution is my silence and my reverence. My quietness and focus of where are my inner thoughts? Are they here with God of this church? Right? Where is my contribution? Where do I stand? Aini means that I'm paying attention. It is time, like they say, for turning the fields. We will all go together to Eric's field, say today. And we will all cultivate Eric's field. And then the next day, everyone comes and they help cultivate mine. And then we move on to Allison, Christine, to Annie, to Nicole, to Jack. To one day at a time, we all move to the next person and help them flourish, because we're each a cell, one cell of a bigger body. We're each one small piece of a bigger oneness. And when we begin to bring our attention first of all inward, because what's happened is that I feel it's like we've put our attention so much outward, where we've come to be in a place where we can say, oh, that person is doing that wrong and that they should change it, and that person shouldn't believe in that, they should do this or that. It's like our attention, it's like almost like Facebook attention. We're putting out to the world what needs to change or what needs to happen. Like Kabir, the great Sufi shaman poet, said, I used to be smart and I wanted to change the world. Now I'm wise and I want to change myself. I'll bring it home with Aini, because Aini is what we all need. Integrity. Aini could use the word integrity, really brings it home. And what does integrity mean? Again, not going around telling other people what to do and what to change, but rather to be in check with where I'm at and how am I contributing to the bigger whole, right? And imagine, like John Lennon say, imagine all those people if we'd all walk around being in check. Am I contributing positive energy in this group? Am I bringing a smile? Did I bring flowers? Did I bring a good word? So I think the gods of internet are giving me a little bit more time again to unpack what Don Wilbert just shared, because for me it's just like talking about giving. He's just like, if you've learned this, you have to tell others. Tell others. Do not be selfish. Tell others everything that you learn. So I invite you, all these ideas and the words that you will pick up today, to really share with others. It is really clear that when the conquistadors arrived in Peru, the Queros hid, and like Wilbur, to unpack a little bit about what he said, when they went up there to hide, they went up there because they were on a mission, because The Pacos, the holy men and holy women, were exactly that, were the priests and priestesses that held the knowledge of all of nature and the knowledge of all of existence. They knew that these people, the conquistadors, were here to destroy that. They were here to take that knowledge away from humanity. So their mission was to go up as high up as they can where no other person can go, so no one can follow them. And they established the villages at 16 to 18,000 feet. Only some kind of potato grows, maybe a little corn. The only other thing, potatoes, corn, and the llama and the bikuni are the only two animals that live. They've lived there till the 50s, till the 60s. It was only a year and a half ago that the road, fortunately or unfortunately, arrived at the Kero villages. A year and a half ago. So it's more than a 4-hour walk from the closest village, which is quite far away from Cusco already, to arrive there. And they lived there in the same manner that people lived in all the centuries of humanity, right? They collected stones and built huts with stones. They collected some of the wood that they found from lower altitude to make the roof. And they lived there with potatoes, with milk and meat from the llamas. And they lived there by Aini, protecting and helping each other. They lived there with the priority of mission, mission, mission. And that's a big part of Aini. It's like, what's your mission? If you're walking in the day, if you notice, you have so many gifts. Just looking at the image that I see, or if you look at the image, your living room, your office, the clothes you're wearing, the beautiful decorations you have in your room, all these things are gifts. All these things are gifts, everything that you have, and it's really important to live in that gratitude. Your cell phone. One time I saw Don Francisco put his cell phone in his mesa, which is the altar, right? And I'm like, but Don Francisco, that's a cell phone. You put it in on the altar. And he looked at me. He said, where do you think this comes from? Every little bit of this comes from the planet. We've given it from the earth. Everything. And we give thank you. And it dawned on me that day, and this was like 12 years ago, like 3-4 years into my apprenticeship, which I still am deeply in and in gratitude. It dawned on me that and I'll try to make mostly I statements so I don't throw out great generalizations, but that I had separated mundane from divine. That I had separated everydayness from profound. That I would go once in a while up at a temple and meditate, or I'd be in the teachings of some teacher and I would feel this beautiful exhilaration of soul. I would feel this transcendence and beauty, and then Monday morning I'd be back crashed in my own mundane reality. And it was that moment, the beginning to understand, when I saw him put his cell phone, which for me represents absolute mundanity in some ways, right? It's the modern world and what we have now, and he had it on his altar because that too comes from Mother Earth. That too comes directly from Mother Earth. And it dawned on me that what we can do is go and take a little bit of this divine energy and profound beauty and bring it in our everyday life. Sprinkle our everyday life, our every moment. You're back, Don Wilbert.
Yes, I'm okay. Yes. So, like I was telling you, like you say, the Aini is really very nice relationship within the people, within the humanity. If there is no Aini, the society is going to be destroyed. The society is not going to go ahead. It's going to be dead, And this Aini is really nice because, without this Aini, people cannot live anymore. For example, right now, what we are doing is Aini. I am giving you, you are giving me. That's it, In this world, always is like that. It's not, without Aini, people cannot live without Aini. But, we need to introduce in this Aini significant in this Aini meaning, you know, the three core value. In our tradition, it's so important to talk about this. Yache, Munai, and Yanke. The great Yache is going to be your wisdom, your experience in all of your life, your love, your deeply love that you have. That's why, you know, we say, if you don't love yourself, it's difficult to love to another people. It's difficult to love the things. It's difficult to love your relatives. It's difficult to love your father, your mother, your kids. First, you need love yourself, and you need find yourself. How you can find your love is very easy. I am Ray. I am a Wilbur. I love myself. This is the word that you have to say. And after that's going to come Yanke. Yanke is going to be, you know, the reaction and action from the wisdom, from the knowledge and the love is going to make an energy. And this energy is Yanke, the work, your job. And when you're going to do this three core value and you're going to know very well about this concept of this Yache Muna Yanke, you will do the Aini. That's great that we say. First, you need to be like a Paco, like a person who's going to teach to the person, who's going to take care of your village, of your relatives, of your family. First, you need to be in good integration yourself. What I mean integration means know yourself first. First, you are going to love yourself and trust yourself and believe that you can do and believe that you are a person and believe that you can do many things in this life, you know, and that's so important. And after that, you're going to share what you have in your mind, what you have in your heart, and what you have in your energy. That's what you're going to share. But like that I always say, why we go to upper world, for example, for us a nice experience, just to see the sky, and you're going to see the Southern Cross, and the Southern Cross, you are going to see in the middle of this Southern Cross, there is a nice star. And, you know, and this star is showing us and teaching us, you know, come to this place and make your nice and great integration. And after that, be like you want to be. So that's the purpose. First of all, they need to be in good integration. They need to be in good balance. But balance means always, you know, everything bad that you have, it's okay because you are human. And all the nice things that you have also is okay. But, you know, try to keep in good balance. Don't go up too much. Don't go up down. Why our problem right now in the world is because our ego is very bad. Sometimes we think that our ego is so high, but we are wrong. Your ego has to be in good place, in good integration, because this ego can take us to make a lot of hooches, a lot of bad energies, bad thinkings. You know, to not do that, we need to be in good integration with ourselves, and after that, share what we have inside of us. This heart that we have is a nice engine, it's a nice motor, you know, which is just ask yourself who you are, and your heart is going to give you the answer, and your knowledge also is going to give you an answer who you are, and the Yankee is going to be, thanks to these two core values, Yache and Mune, is going to be the Yankee.
Beautiful, beautiful. May I make a quick little bit to kind of like
Clarification, please, clarification.
translation of your amazing teachings, and thank you, Wilbur, thank you. So one of the things that I noticed right in the beginning, talking with Wilbur and talking with Francisco, was being a yoga teacher. When I arrived there in 2006, Wilbert and Francisco started talking about this idea, and he talked about Yachai Munai Yankai, and how important it is to understand this. And this, you know, coming from being Greek also, it's like the first thing I picked up was talking about know thyself, keep the ego in check. That is huge, what Wilbur just said. Are we keeping our ego in check? Do I know who I am? Do I know who I am? And I say this about the yogi because I started saying, well, what is Munai Yachai? What is Yachai Munai Yankai? What is Yachai Munai Yankai? And Yachai is first of all referred to as knowledge, so it's the head. Munai is the love, and Yankai is the body. And I'm like, wait a minute, this is mind, body, spirit. This is what yoga teaches. That I need to become whole. I need to understand all these three perspectives, perceptual parts of who I am. I understand the world through thinking. I know that I'm here because I can feel my body on this chair. I can feel the heat, right? And I know I'm here because I feel the big love. I'm feeling love, or I'm feeling my soul expanding and connecting with either God or with everything around me. So they teach us this understanding, and both for the yoga and the Kero traditions here, what we are learning from the Pacos, right? Pacos, remember, is that word. There's a lot of words that we're going to learn today from Quechua language. Is that the Paco is right, the shaman, the healer, right? What Wilbert is, what Pascual is, what I've been initiated to be. Right? The most important thing is to understand who I am, know thyself, or else I can be walking around creating, he said, hucha. I can be walking around from what is even Buddhism and yoga says, it's ignorance that creates suffering. So if I don't know who I am and I'm just walking around, and especially if I'm walking around thinking that everything belongs to me and I can take it, then I'm walking around the wrong way. Then I'm creating hucha, which is heavy energy. I'm creating karma, right? I'm creating karma that's going to turn around, that's going to come back. And I'm living a non-reality reality, because if I'm walking around and say, well, this everything is created for me. Right? In the Middle Ages, there was this thing that was sold and it was like brought up. In the Middle Ages, the Dark Ages in Europe, this big thing came out and said, humans are God's favorite creation. Not jaguars, not dolphins, not amazing birds, not trees, not flowers, not the moon, not the oceans, the rivers, not how are humans the only one favorite creation? That created, right there, talking about creations, created an ego, human-centric reality, anthropocentric reality that really quickly said, well, not only are we the favorite creation of the planet, but guess what? We're the favorite place of the planet, and we are allowed to take everything and just take and take and take and put the animals to use them and take the forest, etc. So I'm not going to go into the politics. This is anthropology, and this is consciousness, or I should say lack thereof, lack of consciousness. So I'll bring it back to you, Wilbert, by saying, notice that when we talk about, I'm beginning to understand that there's yachai, that knowledge and adding knowledge to my everyday life and knowledge into this head is important for daily practice, because the more I learn, the more I move around with good yachai, the better the interaction with an understanding of my reality around me is, so the better the interaction. The bigger the munai, and I bring that quality of love in, the better my experience of life is going to be. And yachai means body, yankai means the body, which means I need to take care of this temple, but also yankai means, for me, and the understanding of why have you been given a body? Why am I here? Why do I own a body? I have it and I can move, and that is my dharma. I'm here to offer something. I'm not just here to take, I'm here to offer. So there's more of a body here that Wilbur is bringing and Pascual brought. Tell us more about that body, the stone that you're holding.
Okay, this is the stone. I want to explain you how you can learn about this Yachai Munai Yankai. When we do the ceremonies and when we are going to do the Hayuarikui, we are going to say Tuku Yachai, Tuku Munai, Tuku Yankai. Suppose that it is the mountain, okay? That is a beautiful stone, of course, meteorite stone. And this is Ausangate, for example. And I want to call to the Ausangate. But what I'm going to call the mountain of Sangate is not the physical part. I'm going to call the spirit part of this mountain. Because we know that this mountain has the knowledge, has the love, and has the energy to share with us. And also, through this knowledge, through this love, and through this energy, this mountain is going to come to us a spiritual way, and is going to fix our problems. That's why that we go to the mountain. It's going to be also the same thing when we are going to go to the lakes, to the rivers, because for example, I go to Lago Titicaca, Lake, come be with us. So what I'm calling is the spirit part of this. So that's why, this is my nice stone, meteorite stone, and it's very heavy, like at least 5 kilos. Oh, okay, so
Beautiful.
that's a healing stone. So that's the healing stone.
Ya, yo capis rimayo sa kay Kichuape. Yo canjis mi canjis hampe. Primeramente, un cuscatumata sampin, si raiko hasta la machula abuelo tengumanta, que ya cheitaka, hapikunchis, y más o más. Chimi yo canjis paka, yo ananchis. Mana ho cancho, yo ananchis. Ki pone, siempre. Ki hampi pone, y más o más. Kashang moruna kunaka, un cuscacuna, kashang me. Physical bakuna o alma bakuna chillo wajana kashan. Entonces chile no puedes primeramente limpiar y conectarse a los funciones. Jale ganan grupo. Walking con la techaca ya chay también la tips callan puntos con tengo yo ya chanan ku misao con grupo. China va.
There is many problems. We are humans, and like humans, always we are going to have illness, we are going to have disease, we are going to have bad energies, and also we are going to think in bad ways sometimes because we are humans. But the purpose, we are to fix that one, to explain to the people that they will be in good balance. Because like humans, they are going to make many problems. And these problems, it's amazing that the spiritual problems can slowly take you with the physical problems. So let's fix the spiritual part, and also let's fix also the physical part. So we are doing with that a great balance to the person who requested us our service. Once we receive our first right to be a Paco, we are in service of ourselves. We are in service of the population. We are in service of our family. We are in service of our village. So that is gonna be like a Paco, your profession. I mean, your big homework is going to be how you can take care about your ayo, about your village.
That's beautiful, and notice here it's like when you're initiated as a Paco is when you're given, at that moment, you're giving a mission, and that is your purpose, your dharma, right, on the planet, and you turn, as Wilbert says, as that you turn to service to others. You begin to take care of your ailyu. Ailyu is a community, correct? There's your society.
It's a community.
Humanity. Ailyu, though, humanity as a greater family, the big family of humanity. And that is again one of the things that brings us back to the essence of being of service and having a mission in life. Thank you, Wilbert. Please.
So following that, in the high mountains and also in the Peru, big valleys, in the Andeans of Peru, Peru is divided in two sections, the coastal Andean and the jungle. Here in the Andes, we are Pacos, but in the jungle also there is Pacos. There is like we can say Shamans, and they're going to do with the plants normally, with the herbs, So the ayahuasca is one of the also medicine in the jungle. But here in this place, in this part of the world, for us it's going to be Hayuarikui, which is the ceremony. Ceremony for different kind of intentions. And in the coast of Peru also, there is many Pacos, but also they are going to do drinking also this, we can say this liquid of the San Pedro. Mostly they do the Pacos in the coast of Peru. So how you can see, we are not different. We are the same Pacos because we know how to drink ayahuasca, how to drink San Pedro, and also how to do the ceremony. That's why that you are Paco. That's why that you are going to be in the service of your community, of your Ainu. So once you receive the right of, the Pampa Messiah, you practically, you're going to be in service of yourself. But to be in yourself, in the service in yourself, you need to be in good integration. You cannot be a Paco who is not good integrated to the society, to yourself and to your family. You cannot do nothing because, you have a big hucha. Hucha means the bad energy. So first of all, be in good integration with yourself. And after that, you can be in the service of the community and of yourself. Why we are talking about this integration? Because, one person who is not integrated cannot be a good leader, cannot be a good teacher, cannot be a good Paco. It's very important for the Pacos and for the teachers, for all people, be in good balance. And after that, share what you have. Ray was talking about the Yache, Mune Yanke. Yes, this is the core value. This is the values that you have. Your Yache is going to be the full experience that you have already in your life, bad or good. And thanks to this good and the bad things, you are going to grow spiritually. Of course, the person who's going to qualify which is good, which is bad. And after that, you're having much more experience and your knowledge is growing more. It's going to be something with the love, with the Mune. Mune, a lot of people say, I love you, I love you, I love you. Yes, this is just a word. But go to the deeply part of the meaning of this love is going to be the deeply love. Means know yourself first. See your face, see your eyes, see everything from you have physically, and you say, I love this way. I love you, Wilbert. Like yourself, you have to say, and honor it that you are in the light, and honor it that you are here, and also honor it to the Mother Earth. Thanks to her, we are here. Because otherwise, it's going to be bad. Why I'm talking about that is very important also to honor it, the Yananting Masinting. What I mean that one, male and female. Thanks to this combo, thanks to this energy, is going to be the continuation of the generation. Otherwise, we are just dead. This world is not anymore. No humanity and no world. That's it. Yananting Masinting, very important.
Yanante Masinti, masculine, feminine. Yanante Masinti. I'll quickly unpack this too. And I think Wilbert referred to the different medicine men and medicine women throughout of Peru. There are different tribes, and especially back then, from the Andes all the way to the jungle, which now we travel together, and we've traveled with Wilbert, and we travel with Francisco, Sebastian, Pascual. There's different tribes, and they have different way of ceremony. And he said down in the jungle they do ayahuasca, and that's the entrance to understanding the cosmos, the entrance of their way of understanding the universe, right? Of opening the perceptual realities and opening, right? And that's the Shipibo tribe. This is where this comes from. This is an ayahuasca weaving. But then if you go up to the north, as Wilbert said, you find the Huachuma Pacos. So Huachuma is the cactus, right? San Pedro. San Pedro is a different medicine, is what is known. Also, let me see. It's the cactus plant. You have a lot in Mexico also. And is the way also for them, for those the Huachuma men, the Huachuma women, to open their perception to cosmos. But then again, when we come to the Quero Nation people, the medicine is ceremony without medicine, without drinking something, right? It's the Hariarique. Hariarique is that the big portal coming to do a ceremony. The Hariarique is like your pilgrimage and your mission in life. And I see that Wilbert is already typing it into the chat box to see how it's written and how we could read it. Hariarique is that my moment that I sit for 4 hours or 4 days up in the mountain or in a cave, and I am opening my perception to the cosmos. I am taking myself out of my ordinary path, neural pathways, my ordinary thinking, the big ceremony. Hariarique is the grand ceremony opening and connecting. And again, just because I know questions will come up in this last 16 years of teaching and sharing rather the teachings, and of course teaching and is like the ayahuasca is medicine that belongs down in the jungle. It's not a Kero tradition. It's jungle Shipibo tradition, and the Wachuma is northern tradition. And yep, this thing right here. I'll just quickly refer to because it's not really a part of our training or what we do with our trainees, but quickly you see the neural pathways of the brain like a motherboard, the portal, the serpents that you see are the serpents of DNA, but they're also the ayahuasca itself. And these leaves over here are chacuruna, and those are the two, ayahuasca and chacuruna are the two things out of more than 200,000 species of plants. 200,000 species of plants. The only two that if you put together that produce this effect of opening the pineal gland and allowing you to move into space and be with God and with the whole of creation. But I'm going to bring it back to you, Wilbert, and back to the beauty of the tradition, and in how many ways and how many times Wilbert said, to learn is your daily is your daily practice. To learn is your duty, is your daily duty. Because the more I learn, the more compassionate and expansive I become. The more I learn about the parts of myself, as he said, the Yachai Muna Yankai, the more exactly I open my energy field and I become more a better contribution just by being. I can call myself a teacher. I can just call myself I'm standing here amongst other people. I'm just am. Just even being, your thoughts are contributing to the greater reality. Our thoughts and our actions, every one of us that are here this morning, those of us who are going to hear the recording, we're all, just by being here, we're contributing this reality of a war in Afghanistan or a coronavirus here or there or this or that. These realities are not outside. They are what we are really creating by what each one of us is contributing. So to have a great knowledge and to become not egotistically, not selfishly self-absorbed, but to really bring the camera and say, am I in good balance? And what can I learn today? Makes a world that if I'm bettering myself every day, then the whole world is bettering. Rather than going around telling other people how to better themselves, I can actually tell this person how to better. And like you said very well, Wilbert, it's just if I'm not learning every day, how can I be a great teacher? How can I be contributing to this reality in a good way? So very important to check the ego, to check ourselves, to be more humble in offering, because we can always, if you offer to give help, many people will come around to receive the help. Maybe that's something I'll give to you and Pascual. Thank you, Wilbert.
So this is an anti-masinting, because when we are going to call, of course, when we do the ceremonies, we need to go always to this energy, the anti-masinting. When we call, for example, to Ausangate, we have to say to Waina Ausangate, okay? Ausangate, Waina Ausangate, always two. When we go to Salcantay, for example, Salcantay, Umantay, always we go to. When we go to the rivers, for example, we go Apurímac and Wilcamayo, so there are two always. So that's why in our ceremonies, it's very important to call to the spirit of this Yananti Masinti, because we need to honor it to this combo, to these energies, you know. And also when we do the ceremony, it's not just go to the spirits, because like Paco, like a person who are doing the ceremony, you need also give instructions, explain to your patient, explain to the students that you know that we are doing is real. It's not joke. It's not like, okay, humpy. It's not like this, because, you know, we need to be concentrated what we are doing. Because, you know, for example, if I'm going to go to Pachatusan and Bicol, two of them Hampuitate, because I'm saying to them to come with us and to help us with the intention that we need to fix. That's the idea. That's why. But for that, we need to use the Munaiki. Munaiki means the nice, the beautiful way, how you can go from you to the gods, how you can go from you to the spirits, you know? So when you're gonna go to the spirits, you're gonna use the nice words. For example, Apo Sangate. You say Apo Sangate, not like this. Make, you know, the nice way to invite to someone who's principal, so to someone who's important. So like that way you have to say, Apo Sangate, come be with us. We need your knowledge. We need your love. We need your energy. And finally, we need your medicine that you have in your mind, the medicine that you have in your heart, the medicine that you have in your neighbor, in your gospel. Give us today. So that way is going to be how to go to the mountains, how to go to the rivers. You know, my ancestors, you know, when they do the ceremony, they are going to be connected, not just with the mountains, with all the things which is in this cosmos, with the rivers, with the star nations, with the oceans, with the rivers, with the winds, with many things, many spirits. So the idea is have all of the spirits also doing the same thing to fix the problem, to fix the hucha. Okay? So the idea of this ceremony. And this ceremony is going to be beautiful, powerful, and nice. Because, you know, each of the apples, if you don't mind, you can represent in the coca leaves. Because the coca leaves, you're going to make the quintos, and the quintos can represent each apple. For example, when I say apples are not amputated, I will put that one. On the same time, the quinto can represent the illness or disease. And we are going to say, this disease we want to help, and you want to put in your ceremony. Sorry, do not have here, just a minute. I have my,
I'm sure you will find some coca leaves. There's
I have, no. We are complete Pacos, you know. So let me. Okay.
Beautiful. Kintu.
So this is the coca leaves, okay? Right, the 3 coca leaves. And that one represents Hanakpacha, Kaipacha, Ukupacha, Yacha, Imuna, Ilyanke. The 3 system of the job, the job, you know, Mita, Minka, Aini, you know. So with that, we are going to decorate with 3 colors of flowers. In the left side, red, in the middle, yellow, and in the right side, white. White will represent the God, the yellow, the people, and the red, the Mother Earth. So that one, at least we need to make like this set, like at least 18 of them. Okay. First of all, the 4 is going to be the 4 for the 4 durations, and another 4 will be, you know, the next corner, which is going to be Munay Sonko, Munay Yache, Munay Yanke, like this. So we are going to put in our ceremonies. So this is the Gokalip, see, right? Like that one. Sorry that you don't have in United States or in Costa Rica no coca leaves, but you can use the Baileys. Baileys works very good like this. So you can just put that one. And later on, I'm gonna teach you how you can do your own llama fat. It's gonna be honey with a flour. That's it. But you know, here, this is the quinto, and that one we need to make to begin our ceremonies. We need to make at least 18 of them. So we are gonna put for the intentions that one. And after that will be another ingredients like rice, sugar, incense, flowers, and you know, crackers, and many nice things. That one, how nice you are gonna be with the Mother Earth, how nice you are gonna be with the spirits to invite to do the Haiwariki. But this is gonna be the principal ingredient, okay? And also at the same time, of course, in the ceremony, we are gonna use the corn. We are gonna decorate the corn, which is going to be the take, the best keeper of our bad energies, the best keeper of the intentions. That's it. You want to clarify about this, Quinto?
Beautiful, absolutely. I just love it. The Haiwarikwe is the big ceremony. Haiwarikwe is we call it the spatio. The spatios are the ceremony, giving thanks. The giving thanks. It's a part, the spatio is part, there's a part, someone's asking if we could use, Nicole, yes, you could use basil leaves. You could use any leaf that you find that you have. They're all the same gift from Mother Earth. Coca leaves, let me explain to everyone, are the biggest. The coca plant is the goddess of all plants in the high Andes. And they're used constantly from the Pacos and the locals in the area. They chew them and you put them inside your gum. Having a coca leaf in your mouth helps dilate the capillaries. So the veins, the really small veins that are in our head, they dilate and they allow for more oxygen to come in your head. So it's the medicine for high altitude sickness. And it's the medicine they have prayed to for centuries, right? Because they will walk for 4, 8, 12 hours with coca leaves constantly. So to get that more oxygen happening. The three represent mind, body, spirit, right? Yachai, Munai, Yankai. They also represent the upper world, the lower world, and the middle world. And they also represent serpent, jaguar, and condor. The representation of bringing these three leaves is bringing and committing yourself. I commit, I give. In all three levels of my existence, mind, body, and spirit, I commit myself and my attention to be fully here in gratitude to Mother Earth and the gifts that I receive. And here, I'll just take, it's like, there's an understanding, what I've come to understand, because there's a key element here. There's a key element, and I want to share this. When I first arrived in Peru, in the Sacred Valley, I was in front of Francisco, and I said, Don Francisco, I have cancer, I'm going to die. I have 3 months. Please help me, save me, heal me. He said, I can't heal you, but I can train you how to become a shaman and you can heal yourself. I can train you to be a person offering, and live in gratitude. And that's a hormonal state. Don Wilbert, please tell us.
Yes,
How can
please,
we live
okay.
in gratitude? What is this corn you're sharing? Oh my God, I want to be there.
Look, this is the colors, yellow, white, and red. So, for example, we cannot put in our ceremony all of these three colors. We need just to choose. For example, if I'm going to go much more for readings, something that in the future that I'm going to need, I'm going to put the red because that one represents the Mother Earth. When I want to build, for example, my house, and I know this house has to be in good hands, has to be built very well, I have to put this one because that will be the best keeper of my intention. If I want to go to the upper world, if I want to go to the God, to ask something special, I need put the white color. And the yellow, if I want to do something, for example, if I want to study, I want to be architect, I want to be doctor, I want to be like go to the university and study, I will do this one, the ceremony. My intention will be have a good study time. That's why it's gonna be the intention. So these corns, always we use into the ceremony. I think in the United States also you have many kind of color corns, but that one has to be decorated. For example, in the lines with the candies with the 4 directions, could be white, yellow, red, and pinky. But also you can decorate with the 7 colors, which mean the rainbow colors, and that's gonna be your take, your the best keeper of your intention. So it might be later on we are going to have 1-day classes how to do this. We are going to teach you how you can do that one and you can put in your ceremony. Of course, the ceremony is going to be something that has to be nice, something that has to be powerful, because the intention that you are giving is going to be fixed, because you don't have to think, no, it's going to work, it's not going to work. You have to say, for example, when I say, believe that what you do is going to be true. That one, you have to be like a part of the concept. Okay, that is why that we are going to put the intention in this, and we are going to burn it, and with the smoke, it's going to be absorbed by the gods for the upper world, our intentions, and will be made it what we ask it. So that's it. So that's the Haiwariku, the Haiwariku, we can do like a Pacos, because remember, we are in service of the community. What I mean that one? At least during a year, you need to make 3 times ceremony. The beginning of the year, the 21st of June, and finally in 21st of December. You need these 3 ceremonies in favor of the community. Okay, that is why that we say you are going to be in the service of your community, of your service, and of your people. So that one is going to be your reciprocity from this lineage. Okay, and also you need make like a pack, like a healer in favor of your community, which is going to be also 2, 3, or more, maybe. It depends. If the community have community works, you need to make ceremony, and you can do that one too. And for people, anytime that they want, they can come to you and you can just make the ceremonies. I don't know if this part is clear, because I'm talking about this, because this God work is going to be the great Mita, and the Minka is going to be, for your community, and the ID within your people. So there is the 3 systems of the work for the Paco. The Minka is going to be, the work for the God, and the Minka, the work of the community, and the ID between your people. Clear that part? Did you take it? Okay, there's the 3 system of the work also. The Minka, the Mita, and ID. That's the work system. How I told you, I repeat again. The Minka is going to be for the God. Okay, and the Mita for your community, and the Aini with your people, with your patients. Back to you.
Beautiful.
Mita, Minka, and Aini.
Aini, personal balance.
I-N-E, Aini.
Personal balance, I would call, right? Aini, balance.
Aini, the great relationship.
In correct relationship too.
That's it. So this is, like that I say, sometimes people say, oh, all ceremony. Yes, of course. That's the only way that we can be in balance with our Mother Earth, in balance with our mountains, the holy mountains. For example, here in Cusco, we have, I've been the last week, we've been in our Sangate mountain. It's so different be there and just from here look the Sangate. But be there with the lakes, with the birds, and with animals who are out there. It's just to be in a special paradise, because this is the way how you can be connected, and also feel in the places is so different. You're gonna feel how the spirit come to you, and how can clean your body, how can I mean, you can relieve, your life. It's so special be there. And that's why if you're going to go to some holy places, what you can do is just to try to connect very well in that, and ask for the Mune, ask for the Yache, ask for the energy. And right away, once you are going to have, you'll be there and you're going to feel so interesting, so important. You're going to be important person in that place. You're going to be very, very special person, when you're going to have all of these things. So with practice, you're going to learn that, from the talkings, from the theory, and go to the practice is much more nice, much more powerful.
Beautiful. And what I hear again here is, I want to say for all of us too, that we're receiving these beautiful teachings. Thank you, Wilbert. So when we go to the mountain, again, we've gotten used to, or I hadn't gotten used to, for everything to come to me. There's a moment that we have to sacrifice our comfort of the living room, of my couch, of the house, the safety, all that contains my reality. There's a moment that if I am to expand and become more, I need to understand that I need to go on a pilgrimage. I need to go on a little bit of a fast, and I need to go into fasting not only from food, but also fasting from my everyday mundanity, and say, okay, now I'm giving this 3 days, 5 days, a month, whatever it is, and I'm going to go up to this mountain, and I'm going to walk and walk and walk, walking, giving this energy to arrive in a place where now I can come to understand these ideas and come to bring them through ceremony, right? Through haiwarikwi, understand in a deeper level how I am receiving the gifts. And again, as I began to say earlier, and what Wilbur just said, this is the only way to be. Ceremony is the only way to be. And what does that even mean? Because I feel we've lost it we're so far away from ceremony that's why we've created mundanity, or even the word I'm bored, boredom. It doesn't. Ceremony is a way of being and living in gratitude. And it is important for me to convey this because when I was in Peru and I went there to save my life. I didn't go there to learn something that was new agey or some kind of idea of how many flowers and colors does the chakra have. I needed to know what exists and what is real and how I can get tumors to leave my body. So ceremony is a hormonal state of being because I come and I'm humbled, I'm in respect, I am in gratitude, and all this is represented inside my body in a hormonal endocrine state of being, which is that of health, that of expansion, that of understanding that I am in oneness with Pascual right now, receiving his love, receiving his healing energy. And this is what I offer, again, coming back to ceremony, ceremony, ceremony. Thank you, Wilbert. Pascual, I feel maybe we can hear something from Pascual. We're almost halfway through our morning, Wilbert. Maybe we can take we'll hear from Pascual, and then we'll take a restroom break for just a bit. Pascual, por favor, sí.
Nukai kung kina mama kukawang kina kampu yaktapa kay kerus yaktape chakrai ko kaya na igwas ang kukacha talpes pa jara tuway ko. Itampeng animanitops kukacha talpes kuray ko michi ko itampeng kukacha wampune sermonia wakulanta.
When we are in the high mountains working and we go to the holy places, what we do, maybe we don't have ingredients to do the big ceremony. What always we have with us our coca leaves. And with the coca leaves, we just are blowing and we say to the Apus, thank you to the Mother Earth. And if we don't have coca leaves, we have maybe the chicha, the corn beer. And we invite to the Mother Earth like 2 or 3 drops. And after that, we blew in also to the Apus. And that way we are connected. That way we are saying thank you. Because the small words is gonna fix the problems. The small things is gonna fix the things because the Mother Earth is not waiting sometimes a big ceremony. These 3 leaves can be a nice small ceremony because you are being connected with the Mother Earth and with the apples.
Chita manyak paka kuka kanisyo so makayana pato. Yung po na espiritu na ka despacho pe pues chita hajbay dungur ya pukuna. Pero manari kung jisyo porque payo na chita po na. Macha mama pues tu chata churayon cheta imasuma. Ayuarion
in the high mountains and a small village, the coca leaf is going to be like the bread, the daily bread. Always we have with us our coca leaves. So that is why when we are going to go to the new place or maybe the place that we've been many, many times, what we have to do is just blow in the coca leaves, say thank you, and after that we are going to chew in these coca leaves. And also if we have water or if we have something to drink, which is corn beer, also we need to give to the Mother Earth and also give to the apples and the holy mountains. And that way also we are connected. That way, we feel that we are going to be protected with the spirits. That way, all the things that we are going to do in the Mother Earth, our cultivations is going to be great, is going to have a good crops. So that is why that we, first of all, we go with this coca leaves to the Mother Earth and to the spirits.
Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful.
Participate in Masuma. Kalbaitin Cheka Yana Basunki, Castahalike, Cliperic, Peru, Sangatatari, Sankandai Tari, Alto Apoconata, can just have Pingo Halpaitunki, or Matic Cochetta. Huirakungi Mama Alini, Pantispagina, Simonera, initially.
This coca leaves is going to teach you how you can feel the spirit of the mountains. Sometimes we are going to cry because this is the message of the spirit of the mountain. We can be crying, you can laughing, you can be so sad. Many special things is going to happen in this time when you're going to be connected with the mountains, with the holy mountains. A lot of people sometimes they cry because that is that they feel that means that they are cleansing the future. And if you are happy, also this is another way how you can just recognize your future with that energies. Many sentimental things is going to happen with you when you are going to be in the holy mountains. And what you have to do is just to follow what your mind tell you, what your yesi tell you, what your moon tell you, and what your energy tell you. So you just, if you have to cry, cry. If you have to laugh, okay, laughing. If you have to talk, okay, talk. If you want to sing, sing. If you want to play something, play. Because that's the message of the spirits, and you are well connected.
Beautiful, beautiful. This is fascinating. I hope that everyone feels the same. And this is this beautiful, I want to bring this home just for a second, and I'm going to offer. I'm getting a couple of signals for a little restroom break. We're halfway through. I'm going to say that. Notice what Don Pascual just said, and Manuel, and excuse me, Wilbert. When we go on a pilgrimage to a higher mountain, we can bring our attention on thinking, feeling where we are. It's a moment that we can step out of the routine and patterns that we may have created in our everyday life and what we call our mundane life. And it is important to move and to be there as a part of a whole. To be there in a moment that you give and you put aside only for yourself. That walk up the mountain signifies, I will put effort into bettering myself. I will put effort into changing things that may be holding me back. And all the expressions are welcome, like Wilbert said. I may cry, I may laugh, I may sing out loud, I may dance up in the mountain. All these are expressions of the divine running through me, clearing me from the hucha, clearing me from old karma, or habits, or patterns that I was caught in that are holding me in that karma. Karma is that, these patterns that we set up. And if I don't break these patterns, if I don't break my everyday life and take time to go up and do pilgrimages, which I do for years going to Peru, or even here in the jungle of Costa Rica, to take time alone, then I'm not really doing my personal work to better myself, to release, to cry, to laugh, to wash out all that have been piling up, the karma that's holding me back. With that said, let's take a 10-minute restroom break. And Don Wilbert and beloved Pascual, we want to hear more. I hope you have more time to be with us another hour or so in the whole process, because I feel that everyone is so excited to learn directly from you and be in this process. So 10 minutes, restroom break. I invite you not to be late. It's 10:35 Eastern Standard Time, for whatever that means. Let's meet in 10 exact minutes at 10:45. Thank you all for being here. Please stay tuned. Restroom break. I'll see you guys back in 10. Thank you.
Okay, thank you.
Wilbert, 10 minutes. You can turn off your camera and we'll talk right here.
Okay, very good. Okay.
Thank you all. See you in 10 minutes.
Mana? Ispakan box. Siguro.
Pasok mo ba po?
All right. We are back. Welcome, welcome, welcome once again. Welcome back. I'm going to give a few minutes because I see that some of us are here, not everyone just yet. Just give a couple more minutes. Hey, hey, come, welcome back, welcome back. Welcome, welcome. Just giving a few minutes. Welcome everyone again. I'm not seeing, let's hope that we will have Wilbert again here.
Ray,
Annie, Nicole. Hi, Nicole. How are you?
look, do you remember?
Oh, look at that. The Jaguar path. Nicole was in the. When did you graduate from the Jaguar path? What year was it, Nicole?
Oh, it took me 10 years to do anything. You know me.
What year were you though in the training?
Um, Gosh, when did you have this? Long time ago.
Since 2008, 2009.
I don't
Yeah.
know. I'm getting old. You can't ask me to remember.
That is not true. Jaguars only get younger. So I'm
True.
going to bring it back. Thank you for being here, Nicole, and thank you for the work that you do for animals. So welcome back, everybody. I'm going to open it just for a second here. I'm messaging Wilbur to make sure that they're coming back.
Hello, we are here.
There we are. There we are. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I'm trying to find. Where are you? I can hear you, but I cannot see you.
You have to put on my camera.
Yes, you have to do that. You have to. I can't put your camera on from where I am. See if you could put your video on, Wilbert. Ask to start video. I'm asking you to start your video.
Okay, that's it.
Yeah, welcome back.
Yes,
Welcome.
very good. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Thank you.
So today a beautiful day in this sunny day here in Cusco. Of course, we start already the raining season, but October, November, and December is gonna be like not big raining season. The big raining season is gonna be January, February, and March. That is the Hatun Poco Quilla, which means the cultivation time, and it's gonna be ready our crops for April or May for harvest. So today is sunny day, Sunday, beautiful day. In this beautiful day, we want to tell you that this lineage is every day is for learning. No one day is gonna be to not learning. Every day is for learning because the Mother Earth is so beautiful with us and teaching us every day. If you go outside of your house, if you go outside of your place, and just to see the mountains, see the places, see the trees, see the animals, and you're gonna learn more how the birds can live up there, how the trees can be there, and with the wind and with the sun, how nice is the nature, and with nature we need to take care. My lineage, my people, my ancestors take very well. They take care about these three elements of the nature, like the water, they take care. The fire, they honor to the fire. The water and the wind and the ground. And for us, until now, according our lineage, is so important also to call to these elements of the nature. For example, the Wilcanina, which is it's not your wife, is the wind, you know, is the wind, you know, is the sacred wind, you know, the sacred wind, the sacred fire, the sacred water, and the sacred ground. The four, you know, elements of the nature, which is Wilcanina, Wilcawaira, Wilcayacu, and Wilca Alpa. You know, these two things. Also, we need integrated to our ceremonies. Ahora Wilcanina on the
Wilcanina es. Wilca es sagrado aquí. Wilcanina es sagrado.
I cannot hear you.
Sagrado es Wilcanina.
Can you hear me?
Yes, sorry, I can hear you. My mic is open now, but please, Pascual, let Pascual tell us more about the sacredness of the earth, the water.
Wilca niso sagrado nina. Jamie espiritu nina imatapis. Situ timbum gaspa ruang lamam hato espiritu. I was touched to Puruman, was touched to Puruman, Jiraitu, Nisho espiritu nisho nina calipan nisho Jiraitu nina cantawan pushkan.
The sacred fire is something special. If he is upset, if he is really no good with us, can just eat it our house, can eat it just our crops, and also can eat it all the mountain arbors. And if he feels so good, he can help us to go up to the upper world and make all our intentions real. The sacred fire is something that can help us, but also something can destroy it. That is why we consider in our lineage and our tradition sacred the Wilcanina. Wilcawaira?
Wilcawaira urtukahlata. Niso Wilcawaira es también Wairataita. Paiwambus kuskalapun mo kansilangasin. Paika hatong espiritu. Ima wasitapis ima kalamena wasipintapis kumparo. Kumparo. Kalpayo Wairapis. Wairataita muy fuerza también. Runak semindapis muy uchilamos kuirakuna kuirawamos kuskalangan. Muy uchin semitulat imaimantaron.
The Wilcawaira, you know, the sacred wind, is another special spirit. If he want, he can keep us longest. If he want, you know, your crops can be done, your animals, everything can be done. But if we go just a nice way to him and ask to give us the beautiful energy that he has, that's going to be a good cleansing. And that's going to be a nice and beautiful spirit healing that we can receive from the wind. But also keep in mind that the wind also can bring the illness, the disease. And to do not have, we need to go to this sacred element, because he can take care of us, because he can give us the beautiful energy that he has. He can give us the beautiful knowledge and also the beautiful medicine that he has. Because with the wind, we can receive illness, we can receive the disease. But to not have that one, we need to go to this great spirit and to give us always and to keep us always in good and nice integration, in good balance. Wilcanina is there. Wilcawaira. Wilcawaira.
Yaklatami uno. Si poco y tiempo, pejato un poco y tiempo, uno con honorico, y las van, si, honoritos vaca, honoritos vaca, honoritos. Si me uno pajpes, vamos a escuchar pajpes, y no está para con los pavos, ya panca con el país, jato espíritu of chips. Honoritos de bacha, aparte como así, chacata, y me mandan a roñando. Y uno pues. Y mata pues, una tapes aparte, mucho donde con el jaya con el.
According to my tradition, the Wilca Uno, which is the sacred water, is another special spirit that we need to go to his mind, to his love, and to his energy. Because if he wants, this planet can be done. Too much water, too much rain, everything's gonna be landslide, or everything's gonna be destroyed, and we can be done. And we need to say to the sacred water, be in good balance with us, and he need to be also in good balance. Because I repeat, too much rain, bad power, no good for crops. No rain, we don't have crops, nothing to eat. So that's why that we go to the spirit of this element. My ancestors, they take care very well the water because they consider the water is the blood of the Mother Earth. That's why also it's so sacred. Wilka Alpare,
Wilka alpapes. Wilka alpaca. Paika Pachamamanchis. Paika mana tanto y mata porque paita mana trichanan. Manda Pachamaman, just like Kiku, mana everything. Pai like Kunja, Imanikan Chichihamu, or Granchahamu. May mana pasajan paita adinda respectaculan Pachamamati, like Umana, Chakra, Kuntukuna. Everything Rosun Pachamama, Mihu, Plantacona, Chimanda Pachamaman, United Kuran.
so the ground, the sacred ground is the Mother Earth. And with the Mother Earth, we need to take care. For example, it's just in the families. If your mom is with you, you have to take care because it's your man, because you come from this woman. It's like that our Mother Earth. We need to take care. We don't have to make dirty many every time. Right now we are making always dirty to the Mother Earth. The people are not consciously about the Mother Earth. They don't have idea that every day that they are doing bad to the Mother Earth, but the Mother Earth is always supporting us. It's telling, okay, no problem, every day. That's why it's another special spirit. Always our Mother Earth is our mother. After our mother, she is our second mother. She is our second sister. She's our roommate. She's our like your body. And you have to say to the Mother Earth, be together and you'll be nice. Be together and you'll be so good because you are going to receive the blessing of the Mother Earth. Not just Yache, Mune, Yanke, you are going to also receive, the beautiful balance that she can give us through the fruits, through the water. If she wants, she can give us bad water and we can be sick. If she wants, she can give us bad product and we're going to be sick. So it's really a very high, powerful spirit, the Mother Earth.
Beautiful. And I want to just pause here and then bring it home. Watch how, like the shamans of China, the Taoists who created martial arts and acupuncture, like the yogi shamans that created Ayurveda, the medicine, they refer to, so too the shamans of Peru, the Pacos, the Queros are telling us, notice that we are created from four elements. The Wilca Nina, right? And as Wilbert says, not my wife Nina, the other Wilca Nina, the other holy Nina, fire, right? The fire that brings us the power of transformation. When we have fire enough in the digestive tract, we can digest the food correctly. When we have fire in our heart's passion to learn, we can integrate knowledge correctly. But we also understand the element of fire, that if it's too much, it can burn the fields. It can burn through. We can be burnt out. Wilcahuera, The holy wind, the element of air, right? That brings us life. We can inhale and breathe and bring in this life force, and we can expand and we can thrive. But that too, if we expose ourselves in the southerlies or the lower winds that can carry something, when we say it's like they can carry heavier energy that we say in Peru, that too can carry dis-ease. And then Wilca Uno, the great water, that brings us all of life. That makes everything flow. We're 80% water, right? 72, 78%, whatever we are, mostly water. And that, when we realize that element really is what consists of making our body, and when we look at it as holy and we honor it as holy, we're also honoring everything that vibrates in our own body. And we have Wilca ese Pacha from
Sacred.
Wilca Pacha, Mother Earth, sacred earth. We come to the element of earth, of ground. So we have earth, wind, water, and fire. And the earth of the elements that is made, Pachamama, is the elements that we're made of, carbon and silicon and all the elements that she's given us to build the body. And Wilbert says something that I feel that is just like we can't pay attention enough to bow to, that she is our mother. She is our mother's mother. Without our Pachamama, no one is born, because she gives us the elements to create the body. She gives us the nourishment to sustain our body, and she gives us the home to return our body to when we decide we have completed our mission and we move on to the spirit world. Thank you, Wilbert. Please.
Okay.
Jime je tawantin soyu manda, tawantin soyu waira también. Waira kudawaira chinche waira. Jime je sumaka je picharewanchis, limpiarewanchis. Chari ko hamperi ko chiri wahari ko tens. Wairan de llama paikuna. 4 puntos cardinales en tawantin soyu. Tawantin soyu waira. No somos guaira también. Sí, me chi, si guairantín me chi callapan. Tawantin suyo, si me pichariwanchis, ampiwanchis, cumpañawanchis, si guairacuna. Si hay con nicho sumaj, pichaco, limpiaco, si despachuan limpiaco, nichuanim, chiquingrato.
So right now we talk about the 4 elements, but it's also very important for the students, for all the students, to know about the 4 winds. You know, the 4 winds come from the 4 directions, which Antiwaira, Collawaira, Contiwaira, and Chinchaywaira. They are special energies, and in all ceremonies, in all healings that we are going to do, we need to call them, because they will come to us and they are going to do real our intentions, because we are going to ask to fix the problems. We are going to ask to them to make good balance in our person. Finally, when we do the ceremonies, what we do is just to put in good balance to the person, and that way we are healing, and that way we are taking care of the illness and disease, physical and also spiritual. So that's why today we have to learn why we go to the 4 winds, why we go to the east, or the wind of the east, the wind of the west, the wind of the north, and the wind of the south. Why we have to go then? It's because we need be in good balance, and we need be cleaned by these 4 winds.
Hi.
And finally, this 4 winds has a special relationship with the 4 directions, and comes from the whole world, because according to my ancestors, you know, the word was the Peru, was Tawantinsuyo. Tawa means four and Suyo region. So the according my tradition, according my ancestors, the big world was Tawantinsuyo. And in this Tawantinsuyo, we have these four directions. In this Tawantinsuyo, we have these four winds. Mhm. And you know, the wind is another special healer because with the wind we can make many healings. If you can go to the sacred places and stop there without clothes, without the clothes, with a hat, without hat, you know, that's a special healing. It's a special therapy with the winds in the house, holy places. Can you tell it?
Energy way la kuna ji tawatir su buka ambil kemana ji sapan individu Indonesia sanji kita macam para mungkin menepis siapa ni suku espiritu macam bayi dah tak kena percuma terus cuma tak apa cuma dah tak kena dah ada yang cip pasal itu kalau ada tak terus hampir punya hampir saya baik terus lakukan dari nanti apa lagi subah kepada
When you're going to go to the holy places like a mountain, like a river, or like small lagoons, you can't expect these four winds. It's just see the fire, and the wind is gonna come. So you can just localize from which directions is coming this wind. So through this one, you need to start with this point. It's very important that one because the energy is going to be with this wind because we know from what part, from which direction is coming this wind, and we have to honor this wind. Maybe it's from east, maybe south or west, but we know if we know from which direction coming, that one we have to honor it because that's a blessing from the wind.
And I think here, I think this is really big and a moment for me just to share a second.
Yeah.
There's the bigger understanding also when it comes here to opening the sacred space, or when we're talking about the four winds and the four directions, to understand at each direction there's a quality. Wilbert, what Pasquale is saying is like, you have to understand if the wind is coming from the south, it's bringing serpent energy. The serpent teaches us how to shed our skin, let go of the past. We need to notice that this is favorable at the moment. If I'm coming into a place of letting go of something and the southern winds come, that's the moment. If the wind is coming from the west, what is it bringing? It's bringing Jaguar energy. And the Jaguar is teaching us how to live with no fear in this world, they say, or the next. So maybe there's a moment that I'm beginning a new job, going to a new house, or I'm going to a big journey. So I do a ceremony towards the west, and I say, Jaguar, bring me your courage, bring me your strength, allow me to move into this new business that I'm opening, or to enter into this new house, or this journey that I'm going to. Bring me the courage so I walk like a jaguar with no fear in this world or the next. And when we go up to the north, we have hummingbird, colimbri, right? The beautiful energy of sweetness. How can I bring it? So maybe I'm going through a moment of difficulty in life. There's bitterness, difficulty. So I want to do a ceremony, bring in colibri, bring in the sweetness to my solar plexus, right? And also, hummingbird teaches us perseverance, a quality that they have. And they migrate, they leave from the United States, go all the way down to the Yucatan Peninsula, 2,500 miles, where a bird this small is a huge feat. It teaches us, as small as you feel when you're going through difficulties, persevere, and you will reach the other side, and you will once again receive the nectar. And that's medicine that I've taken, especially when I was dealing with healing cancer from my body. I was like really coming back to hummingbird, to persevere with sweetness, to shift things. And finally, when we look at the east, the winds of the east, of the condor, that says spiral upward, rise, rise. It teaches us how to fly above, and from above, see the greater picture of our life below. And from there, make better informed decisions, right? To learn, we're not emotionally entangled in something, in a situation, maybe with work or relationship, with friends or family. When we're emotionally entangled, we do not see clearly, we do not make the right decisions. let the condor rise you up to see the greater picture. And then I will close with this, Wilbur, to give it to you again, that the condor reminds us that we're connected to the divine, always, as the condor always flies wing to wing with the Great Spirit. And it says, come, fly with me, be connected with the Great Spirit. So here we go, condor. Please bring that condor energy. Wait.
Wait. Okay. So, I was trying to tell you, we have to honor it. And I think now is the moment that we have to honor it, our meeting energy. This day, because you and me, we are well connected. And Jaguar path was blessed from us and also from the Andean tradition through the Ray. And Ray is putting in the eyes of the world this tradition. I think I have to say thank you. Part of this lineage, I am part of this lineage, of course, and I have to say thank you, Ray, because you are spending, you are splitting this tradition to the world. And I thank you for this, because the only way that we can keep in our minds is just like that way, telling to the people, explaining to the people, is real. We are not just telling you the histories. It's because, it's happened. If you want to shift, come with us. Come, go with the Jaguar path, and for sure you're going to shift the life. And also you're going to learn how to be in good balance with yourself. And after that, you'll be ready to be a Paco. You'll be ready, like me, a college. You'll be my great college. Why not much more energy? Maybe, nobody knows. You can have so powerful energy than me. That's welcome. If you are much more than us, welcome, because this is the intention. And going back to our tradition, this tradition also teach you how to manage your life. That's so important. That means, the Pacos, we are not special persons. You can see Pascual, a simple person. You can look to me, simple person. You can see Ray. This is a simple person, and a good friend, This is the Paco. This is the Paco. Sometimes, Paco or Shaman, oh, that's God. No, it's not like this. No. Be simple person. Each time you're going to be much more simple person, because you have a lot of experience, because you love yourself, because you have a powerful energy, and you make a great relationship. You make a great, nice Aini. And doing the nice Aini, it's not just to say, okay, I want to be with my brother in good relationship. I need to be in good relationship with my mother or with my family. No. First of all, with yourself. That's the idea. Be nice with yourself. And after that, everything's going to come. It's like a special chemotherapy. If you have this, everything's going to come to you. Everything's going to come to you, because you are good, you have powerful energy, because you have your powerful knowledge. But you are simple. That's the idea.
I love that. I love that. Watch the thank you, Wilbert, for reminding us. And I want to say thank you, and thank the lineage, and thank you, Pascual and Francisco and Juana and Bernardina, all of you who have given me so many gifts of understanding the world in a whole new way. And this ancient way that has been hidden and has been held in the Andes and now is released. There is a reason, and this is my mission. I live in gratitude, Wilbert, and this is exactly what the Jaguar path is all about. We created the school exactly because my paying it back, my saying thank you for changing who I am, and thus changing the dis-ease I lived in, and letting go of who I was, and letting go of the cancer, and finding a new way of being, and living in a identity, a hormonal, an endocrine identity of gratitude, of awe, of being in awe. I've got this condors flying by right now. That is a place to live, and that is what we've lost. So the Jaguar path is built on gratitude directly from your teachings, and I'm always referring back to Wilbur, to Pascual, to Francisco. It's like, how we do this, how do we do that tool? Teaching through that 9-month training. And it is, when we say becoming a Paco, and when it's stated that, it's just like, I love that, Wilbert, when you first said this and you first say it. What is a Paco? Is a simple man or simple woman with great knowledge. And that simple man, a simple woman means humble. And that great knowledge means that I'm aware of a greatness that surrounds me. I'm aware and I'm gathering the information of the wisdom that exists within the cosmos, within the water, the fire, the earth, and the wind. I'm aware of the lower world, the middle world, the upper world. I bring leaves to say thank you. One leaf for my body, one for my soul, one for my mind. I become more and more aware, and I continue constantly to cultivate my consciousness, awareness, knowledge, so I'm up to date in how conscious I am and how I'm living and what my contribution is. Because the world, the life is not outside. It's not in the other people in the other countries, in the other world. Life is first, like just now, Wilbert said, first I have to learn to love myself. That first relationship of respecting myself, of loving myself, of being patient, kind with myself. Patient, loving, kind, giving affection, giving acceptance. It's like, oh, I did this and I didn't do it well. It's just like Wilbert says this. Oh, I'm not good enough for this or not good enough. No, you're good and you're going to become better. Learn. Good work today. You have space for improvement. Good work, Ray. Good work, Wilbert. Let's improve more. Let's practice more. I'm never saying I'm not good enough. I'm saying I'm good. Now I can be better. Now I can be better. Every day I learn something. Wilbert says this, the Paco tradition says this, every day is a gift given to you for you to learn something. So bring us more teachings, please, Wilbert. We're all ears, eyes, open hearts.
All right. Yeah. Okay. So we close the directions, or we continue talking about what do you say?
I want to say, let's see if anyone has some any questions.
Please, yeah.
Any questions, and then we will all be very happy to close with a blessing for this Jaguar Path, this year's Jaguar Path training, and a blessing for everyone that's here or will be watching the recordings. So let me open here the gallery and see if we have anyone that has a question. Please raise your hand and reach out and let me know if you have any question. View gallery. And I see here Nicole has raised her hand. Please go ahead, Nicole. Unmute yourself, please.
Okay. So the other night was full moon, and the winds here were southwest. So it's both so both of those two winds are talking to us, like the interpretation will be, you need to shed your skin and walk fear into your path. Will that be, because that's how I interpret it when I did my Mama Kia, pray, I pray to her all the time. And so if I look at the wind here in New York, Long Island, and it was cold, but at the same time, the Jaguar and this, I have these things with the serpent. So I just want to be sure.
Yes, please. The first one I didn't understand, but last part, yes. So she want to know about the relationship with the moon, right?
No, the question is that there was a southwest wind. Both was coming from the south and the wind. Does that mean that we have serpent energy and Jaguar energy, learning to shed their skin and let go of the past, and learning at the same time to be strong?
Okay, so very good. Okay, the south energy means the south or the wind of the south. Okay, But it depends where you are. For example, you are in New York, so the south is going to be all South America, right? But what you have in in South America, you have a holy mountain, which is the Patagonia. You have Titicaca Lake. You have South Polar. You have Illimani. You have all the mountains. So when you go to this place, when you go to the south, you need to remind all these spirits and call them and make part of your ceremony, make part of your healings, because these spirits will help you to do real your healing, make real your taking care of the illness and disease that you want, And I think she was also saying about the moon, I didn't hear very well.
Yes, it was during full moon, and she did a full moon ceremony, a prayer, a meditation, and she noticed that the wind was coming from the southwest. So I would say also that when we have Mamaquilla, full moon, we have a lot of energy towards our meditation, a lot of energy towards our intention. And yes, Nicole, I think you have it right. I'm feeling the southwest coming in. What is time for me to change in this full moon and the next day going towards the new moon? What do I let go of the past and also bring in that energy? What courage and how can I walk in fearless into this new time? So thank you, Nicole. Anything else you want to say to this, or should we open for another question, please?
Yes, please. Okay, to the south. Okay, the question was about the south. Okay, south, of course, is represented by the snake, by the great Amaru. But don't concentrate your call is just an Amaru, please. It depends where you are.
Yes.
You are in New York, so just a call to all the spirit which you find in the south place. Okay, the south place. You can start, of course, with the Amaru, which is the serpent, but call all the spirit which is in your south place. If you remember the names, okay, call that one, or you can say just Koya Apukuna. Koya Apukuna. You are saying with that the south Apus come with us. Koya Apukuna. Apukuna means the old spirits, all the special, holy places.
Holy mountains, yes.
Holy mountains. And also talking about the full moon, according to my tradition, full moon is something special. This day you can do your ceremonies, thanking to the mother moon and asking, what do you want? What do you want to have? For example, in the January, February, and March, according to my tradition, here we do ceremony to have more productions of the animals, to have much more animals, to have much more alpacas, to have much more llamas, and to have much more, goats and bulls, these things, especially the foods, So the full moon for us is a special day that also we can do a nice ceremony with the intention of to have much more knowledge, much more love, and much more energy. And with that, we are doing the Mosok Chakui. Mosok Chakui means to renew our knowledge, to renew our love, and to renew our energy. That one we can do in the full moon days. Because in the full moon days, always something's going to happen. Maybe too much wind, maybe it's going to rain, maybe it's going to be so clear. But if it's so clear, you have to see the sky, if it's going to come the rainbow around the moon, if it's going to come the rainbow, one color rainbow around the moon, and according to that, you can also to prognosticate it, how it's going to be the next days and the next weeks. Okay, clear about that?
That is beautiful. That is beautiful. And notice again, it's just like this relationship to nature. And people say, well, the Pacos or the Shamans, is it a religion? It's not a religion. It's a systematic, ancient and cultivated for thousands of years knowledge, awareness, consciousness of our environment and of our reality as it is how do we interact? And I have this question, it's like, what are the four winds and the four animals? I'm going to repeat what I just heard Wilbert remind me. When we look to the south, don't look only at serpent, Sachamama, but look at all the big lakes, the big mountains, the big energies that are south of you, because they are the ones creating the energy. And here I want to say something that I consider very, very important for all of us to hear. And anyone that's in yoga or in metaphysics or in diving deep into understanding the matrix and the world of energy we live in. The world of energy for the shaman, the Paco, we understand that the energy is not the same everywhere. The luminous field of the planet has different qualities and different energies. And when we begin to attune to them, then we begin to attune our own luminous field and our own ability to be within it, to be within it in a place of awe and in a place of honor and really bowing and being in a place of gratitude to Mother Earth means that I'm in a place where my vibration, I'm vibrating in Aini, in correct relationship too, which means that I can ride what we call the synchronistic energy lines. If I'm trapped in my ego, like what Wilbur was saying earlier, it's like all about me, and I'm not seeing that there's all these qualities around me, that I'm made of these four elements, that I live in three levels of lower world, middle world, upper world, that all this is happening at once, and I am a part of this bigger one, then I live a very, very narrow life. If I live only in my ego and what I want to eat or have, and I want a bigger house and I want a faster car, then I'm living in a limitation of awareness and consciousness. I'm living a very small. It doesn't matter if you have the biggest house on the planet. You're small if you're not understanding that we are all one, and this oneness has all these systems from, again, and this is what we dive deep into the 9-month training, what Wilbert referred to as the training that I've brought back to share the work that I've learned, because we can't keep this work to ourselves. Now more than ever, we need to share. Now more than ever, we need to understand reality in a new way. And it is that, say, Mosho Chakwe, it's the best time that I go into, what was it you used a beautiful word. It's like I'm seeing if I need to renew my way of thinking, right? So I take time with the full moon and I do a meditation. What do I need to renew? Anything that I missed, Wilbert, that you want to add on to?
It's okay, very good. Kim is asking about the directions, he want to know about what's the difference between the 4 directions and the 4 winds. Okay, the 4 directions, if we are talking about the 4 directions, we need to go to the upper world, and let's go to ask to the Chakana, to the Great Southern Cross. In the Southern Cross, we have the east, the west, the south, and the north. This is the sacred spaces, the sacred space of the east, the sacred space of the west, the sacred space of the south, and the sacred space of the north. This is the directions. But 4 winds, the 4 winds looks like not same, because the wind is the spirit of the wind which come from the south. This is the south wind, and the wind which come from the north is from the north. And the wind which come from the east is the wind of the east and the wind of the west. Okay, so how you can see, how you can feel if the wind is coming south. Okay, make your will canina, make a small top and make a small fire, and just put in this place, and you can see from which direction is coming, because the wind is going to come like this one, and the fire is going to go like this way. The smoke is going to go like this. That means coming from the west. If that goes from this place, that means that's coming from the south. So the difference with this is the spirit of the 4 directions is going to be the regions, and the spirit of the wind is going to be from which directions is the wind coming to us. That's it. Okay.
That's beautiful, and I want to add something to this, and thank you, Kim, for this question. It hit me at some point, being of Greek origin and my first language being Greek, my Greek is really clearly better than my English is because I grew up, I lived all my life there. At some point, I realized when we were talking about studying all this with the Pacos, it's like talking about how we change the aura. And I'm like, aura, the aura. And I realized that too is a Greek word. And it means, aura means breeze, avra. Avra in Greek means the breeze. So what's the breeze? What's the air about you? What is the energy that you're emanating around you? And then looking at the winds and looking at the 4 directions, this is really, really important because, again, when I'm studying, I was studying how to survive, how to make a real pragmatic change that was at CAT scans and MRIs from NIH, from the National Institute of Health. How do I move these tumors away from my body? I need to learn realistic. So when we're talking about the 4 directions, there's one thing I want to put quickly, and again, all this is what we open and unfold in the 9-month training and the 9 weekends that we meet together. And every one of the weekends we learn 2 shamanic tools that help you understand yourself and the cosmos, the world around us. So Kim and everyone, because I think this is really important, one of the things that these guys understand, men and women of power understand, is that the energy around the planet is not always just the same. It's not just the mundane. Rather, the energy field is different. And this is someone, again, and I want to try to bring it in 30 seconds. It's the first 2 or 3 sessions that we really come to understand it through the training, is that one of the things that Einstein talked about, he said that there's 2 big unseen forces that govern our reality. This is Einstein. This is what we come to understand thousands of years later. The Pacos have been telling us. And these 2 forces that govern our reality is the force of gravity that pulls us down, hence we're not all flying away from this spinning planet. Gravity. And the other big unseen energy is the magnetic field of the planet, which is essentially creating a force field around the planet that protects us from gamma rays, X-rays, cosmic radiation waves, and even some meteorites. These 2 energies, the gravity and the magnetic field, create what Einstein named the unified field. And he explained to us that the unified field has shapes and qualities. And I'll give it to Wilbert to share this shape and these qualities. Please.
So to clarify about this 4 directions, see, this is the east, this is the west, and this is the south, and this is the north, and the center of the integration. Okay, the difference between the directions is because, the regions is so clear, but the winds also come from this each regions, and these spirits we need have with us because they are going to help us to clear, to make real our healings, our ceremony. Because when we do it one intention, we need to go to these spirits because the wind, how Pascual says, can bring also the illness and disease, but we need to be clean. That's why that we call to these 4 winds, to come with us and clean everything in a spiritual way. That's it. And this Southern Cross is explaining us exactly, where we are and how we have to call to this direction, how we have to open the directions, and also how we can close to these directions. Once we open, we need also close because we cannot just leave it open, that was not good teaching. So always, if you open, you need close, that's it, okay? So this is the famous Southern Cross. In another day, we are going to talk just 1 full day about this Southern Cross, which is Yache, which is Mune, which is Yanke, which is upper wall, here wall, under wall, La Minca, La Mita, everything's there, everything's here. So one day we're going to learn about that, okay? So that's it. Thank you for this. More questions?
Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Thank you, Wilbert. This is, yes. And I'm putting this in for everyone. In essence, the chakana that Wilbert just shared with us, imagine the center, the circle is all time of all creation expanding. And it's also the integration of everything. Many of you are already studying with us, and we talk about coming into the center of this medicine wheel, coming into the center of the chakana means I'm a centered, whole, integrated being. I've received the medicine that each direction has. I've received the knowledge, the wisdom. I receive the humbleness, the gratitude, and I come to live right in the center. And now I live a centered life. Now I live in Aini. Eric, I see you have your electronic hand lifted up. Do you have a question that you would want to share? Let me try and see if I can bring you up to gallery. Eric, go right ahead,
Okay.
please.
Oh, okay. So I'm not quite sure how to frame this question, but it's bubbling up, and that is, so so I have three leaves, and these happen to be sage from the garden. Okay, so these three leaves that I'm using to honor in a sacred, to connect me and to offer my prayers to, in the same way that my sacred rock, say, I am using that to honor and the animals. These are not just outside of me. This is a means by which to connect my inner plants, my inner, bones, my stone, my minerals, and the animals, my animus, my spirit, my threefold spirit, or the fourfold spirit, and the flowers that represent that vitality and that nectar and so forth. What I'm asking is, I think, is that these are not just representing the consciousness that's around us, that we are immersed in that unified field, but they're also representing our inner world as integral with that. And so maybe to speak on that just a little bit, if I'm on the key here.
Beautiful, beautiful, Eric. They when we say represent, or when we remember all these elements that you refer to, and I will totally give it to Wilbert when he's ready to. But I want to jump on that, because I'm like an academic, and teaching these is about becoming aware of, because the wind is there, the flower is there, but how do I become aware that is exactly that I'm a part of this, these are a part of me. Please, Wilbert, please.
Okay, this is your stone, and this is your three coca leaves. Okay, we say this stone is the biggest special holy stone, which is going to keep all the energies, which is going to help you to bring the spirits of the holy mountains, of the great lakes, of the great spirit of the animals and everything. So this stone will stay in your altar, in the place that you are going to do the ceremony. And the coca leaves is going to be to blowing. For example, you have a special, you say your holy mountains, your holy animals. So with that, you are going to go to them with this coca leaves. You are going to say, for example, I'm going to say, oh, great puma, oh, great jaguar. Today, I'm going to do this ceremony, and you are going to help me to make real my intentions. And the intentions is tomorrow start to study my shamanic path, my Andean tradition path. I'm going to study, and you are going to help me with that. That's why you are going to go to your holy animals, holy places, holy mountains, holy lakes, that way. So clear. The stone will be the keeper, to help you to bring the spirits, and he's going to be whole in your mesa. He's going to be in your place. But coca leaves will be to calling. With this, I'm going with you. And for example, I didn't clarify about this. If you're going to be, for example, in high places or low places or wherever you are, but you're going to be in a holy place, maybe there is no time to do big ceremony, but you have three coca leaves, or maybe you have a wine, or maybe water. With this water and with these coca leaves, you can just do it your small ceremony. How? You can just invite it to the spirits and say, always, thank you and honor the moment, and after that, thank you to the moment, and after it says, okay, thank you, spirits, I am here. With this, I honor today. Please help me. I would like have this. I wanna have your knowledge. And that one, if this eatable, this cocalypse, you can eat it. Otherwise, please choose your best place in the place that you are and leave it there in the east direction. Okay, leave it that one with this intention. Please help me that one. I want to study tomorrow. I want to do next week, next month. I want to do my new project. But help me. And you did already your small ceremony, just with the coca leaves, and also just with the small drops of water or for the wine or something that you have, and you are living there. Okay, that's it. The answer, please. Okay, so the coca leaves is going to be something that a special tool to represent the intentions or to represent to the spirit of the mountains or the lagoons or the rivers, or in this case could be the oceans too. Clear?
Beautiful.
Okay.
Understand?
Yes. Thank you. Yes, I think I do.
Okay,
Thank you, Wilbert. Thank you. I see there's an electronic hand. I don't see an image. If you want to turn on, I see Karen Di Trapani. You can, if you want to unmute yourself.
Thanks.
Hello, Karen.
Hi. Oh, you said my name correctly. That's nice. I just have a quick question. Well, first I want to say thank you so much. I'm so grateful for the despacho ceremony and the mesa. And I was wondering, how old is the mesa? And oftentimes the kuyas in my mesa come to me in dreams and tell me what to do. And I was wondering if that's something that happens often or what's going on with that. Thank you.
Well, let me see. Do you understand the question?
yes, okay.
Misa.
Because the cuyas.
Misas.
Okay, good. Remember that we start in our talking this morning that we say that you know, in the Kamachi time, in the learning time, in the learning time, you are going to keep these stones. We don't know exactly where you are going to go and from where you are going to take these stones. And this stone is going to be part of your mesa, because the bundle, the mesa that you do, is going to be at least with 7 or 10 stones. And that one we are going to choose for healings, because these stones is going to represent the gates of the that we have that well in our body. For example, Viracocha gate, Pachacute gate, Munay gate, and the navel will be the Costco gate, and the Nusta gates, left and right, and finally the feet, which is going to be the Mother Earth gate. So that one we're going to represent. You say, how old must be the message? Don't be worried about that. Could be old or could be new. It depends from where you bring the stones. For example, these stones are meteoric stones, and all the time it goes with me in my healings or my ceremonies. You know, if this old, it's okay, no problem. So, okay. For example, I want to show you something. I want to share with you guys. You know, this is not a stone. Probably it's an egg, a maru egg or serpent egg. Has maybe millions of years, you know, and I have it's part of my stone. I mean, part of my mesa, and it's very old. So how I tell you, if you have the old special thing, put a part of your mesa because it has a special knowledge. Look at that one. This is, you know, this is very old. You know, it's million at least. You know, this is a egg. So it's
Beautiful.
really a special
Thank
thing.
you.
You know? And I always say, like with
Thank
me.
you, Karen. Thank you. Let's see. I think we have time for one more, maybe 2 more questions. Kate Lee, please.
Hello, community. Jaguar, thank you. Wilbur, I have a question. Earlier, I was listening to you and I heard something like the shaman, the teachers need to balance themselves in order to bring this medicine to the outer community. So my question to you, how does one person know that they're ready to step in with balance to serving the community? How does the teacher know she's ready?
Oh, thank you. Okay, I understand the question. Very good. I mentioned also I received my first right. According to my tradition, we need to receive a right, from someone who is a elder. In this case, someone who is a Pampa Messiah or Kurahakulik. We need to receive this permission. And in these days, it's going to be very special because you're going to receive all the tools, all the keys and all the ways that you're going to be a Paco, that you're going to be a shaman. So this day, they are going to give you, the permission to start your ceremony. And from this day, you are going to be in service of yourself first, and after of your family, and after of your village, and after of the world. Because, once you are going to start to be like a Paco, what you are going to do is just somehow to help to the people, to help to the world, to help to the Mother Earth, because you are going to be one of the soldiers in the big fight, in the big war, who's gonna, clean the world, who's gonna clean the Mother Earth. That's it. That's why that we say you are gonna be in the service of yourself, in the service of the community, in the service of the world. Because from this day, once you have your right, you are going to be a Paco, you are going to be the healer, you are going to be the elder, you are going to be the shaman. That's it. So to start to do that, it's necessary that we have to receive a permission for someone who is Alto Messiah or Kurak Akulik. Why not Alto Messiah too?
Beautiful, beautiful. Thank you, Wilbert. And for me too, this is like, I want to add to this is understanding is that even if we're teachers or we receive the initiations and we teach, it's important to keep on returning either to the elders, and I am so grateful for Wilbert, for all my beloved teachers, because I can return to them to ask, to clarify, or when I'm troubled. The essence is even when we're teachers, we're still students and we still need support. So we create a support system, we support our family, we support our students, we support our beloved ones, but it's always important to return and say, I need support too. That's also keeping the ego in check. I'm not the only one, that all-knowing, but rather I am the student of the mountains, of the rivers, of the sky, and I bring the teachings. We have time for, I want to say one more question, and I see Carol who's raised her hand for the first time.
Could I say thank you very much? Thank
you.
you.
Please.
Thank you, Wilbur. Thank you, Jaguar. Thank you, community.
Thank you. Thank you for your wonderful question. Thank you so much for your presence, Kate. Carol. We can't hear you. Please unmute yourself.
Okay.
Your phone is
Good morning.
muted.
Good morning. And my friends in Peru, I met you all a couple of years ago with Alberto, and it's so nice to see your faces. Yes, the rainbow, exactly. Yes. My question.
That's what I'm taking for you.
My question was the rainbows around the moon that you were talking about, and also any information about rainbows that you could share with us today.
Okay, I don't know why, but once I see your face, I was thinking that she is rainbow. Okay, but anyhow, okay. The question is here. Look, this is the rainbow, the 7 colors, and small quarters, and through these quarters also we can see the rainbow. According to my tradition, we have 2 kinds of rainbows. Okay, one rainbow has 7 colors. And one rainbow is just 1 color. For sure, if you're going to see the sky, especially in the raining time, you can see around the sun or around the moon
Yeah.
a rainbow, seven
Yeah.
colors rainbow. But on the same time, you can see one color, maybe white color, might be a cloud, and also, black color. That is special, and you're going to know for all your life this. If you're going to see the seven colors rainbow in the sun or maybe in the moon, that means a beautiful life. It's beautiful manifestation. And if you are going to see, the white color, just one color around the moon or around the sun, that means everything's going to be okay. What you need is go more in great balance. But if you see the black color, around the sun, around the moon, okay, that is the time to prepare more. Why? Because the bad time is coming. Okay, bad time is coming. That's the message of the rainbow, and this is the answer. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Horpichai. Beloved Wilbert, beloved ones, would you care to offer us all a blessing? I have also dropped in the chat box the link to find out more about the training. I've developed this training not only with the blessings, I've been pushed by Wilbert, pushed by Francisco. Teach, go, teach. I am honored, thank you, Wilbert, for all your help, all these years, and your support, and your pushing me out of my comfort zone to discover that, yes, we're all always students, and yes, we can all always be teachers, and always keep ourselves in check, keep our ego in check, and always remember where our life is coming from. The winds around us, from the animals, from the elements, the realities in the Kintus. So I'm more than honored, blessed to have your support through the years and the carols and your blessings. I dropped a link for those of you who want to learn more about how we do this, how the 9-month training, those 9 weekends unfold. There's so much information there to become a shaman in the modern world, to live in a very different way. I would be humbled and in gratitude once again to receive your blessings for all of us here and for the Jaguar Path training that's starting November 20th. Wilbert.
Okay, right. Thank you to you because you are a big bridge. The Jaguar Path is a big bridge. From us to let you know and to let them know to the world that yes, this tradition is really not nice, but it's something special, which is going to
just
help
nice.
you to make a shift to your life, which is going to go to yourself to say, hey, be in good balance and know yourself and believe yourself and love yourself. And after that, try to do what you want to do because everything's going to start with you. Otherwise, not. That's not the path. The path who's going to walk, you are going to walk the path. So like that, I have to say thank you, Ray, to invite us, and also we'll be here always, to help you to make real the Jaguar Path, grow every day, the knowledge, grow every day the teachings. So we'll be here always, and maybe our English, how you say, the translation is not so good, but you are there to help us.
The translation is very good. What I hope to translate, and your English is amazing, besides the fact that you speak 5 languages, more than I do. I want to say your English is perfect. What I hope to be retranslating is how it slowly through the years fit in my mentality.
Close.
My mentality, to take away the old and understand everything in a whole new way. In this ancient way that you have taught me, that Francisco, that Pascual, that understanding the feminine and masculine, the intima sinti, the lower world, what is my subconscious, the upper world, what's my connection to the divine, the middle world, where do I live and act, to understand qualities that I can take from, like how I can change things, how I can be courageous, how I can bring the sweetness, how I can bring the discernment and rise. all this that I've learned from you and I'm so gratefully sharing with the world through the Jaguar path is a map for us to live, and a map that you hit up in the mountains for us now, because our reality, this common sense, has brought us to this situation of things falling apart. And we need a new map. Every one of us here today, you're here for a reason. You're here because you are part of this path already. A way to understand life and to build our life, so we create a new reality that has hope, that has sweetness, that has love and abundance and gratitude. So with gratitude, we receive your blessings. If you may give us the blessings, you'll make us very happy.
And just to finish this conversation, I want to tell you,
Gracias,
you and
Pascual.
myself and Pascual, always we are students. We are students all the time. Yes. No one here, supposed to be your teacher. I'm teacher, his teacher, but also at the same time we are students. Okay.
Totally always. Totally always.
Thanks everyone, and we are going to close, please. Okay. So give me your hand to the south place, and we are going to close.
Pascual. Alijanto Pascual. Horpichai. So open to the south, we're closing sacred space, giving gratitude.
Anay, hata mamaro. Gracias. Serpinte, machahuay. Come machahuay. Ahora pakupuy. Ang ito na kumpanya wangi. Yasha ni kita muna ni kita. Kinto kang manda ni meto kayo. Ang ito yung espiritu ng kupacha. Gracias. Oh, anay.
Horpichai. Turn to the west, to the Jaguar.
Right, go.
The winds of the west, great Jaguar, be here with us. Teach us how to walk with courage. Allow your heartbeat to enter into our heartbeat, so we feel the world with no fear. So we can feel this world with no fear ever. So we walk with your beautiful sensitivity, and we walk with beautiful direction. Thank you, Jaguar, for being here. Alijancho Horpichai. Thank you. Turn to the north.
Tinchay waira, ari tete, anyay tay, kunang kasumatan ya chay kutete muna nikita chay nilang nikita, kunang kasumatan tukay kuy kasumatan kunang ka ari lipi ku chaski ku Jaguar path alinta kunang ka galpasa kun tay. Yiping at kunang ka chachikmanta chaski kunku tukuy sungkong tukuy muna kun tukuy lakay nung kon sumahta sungkong hupe umahupe sungkong hupe chaski kun tete. Anyay tay, anyay.
Alain Taitai, Yain. Turn once again to the east.
Hatong kondo na puching. Yan na pa ko chaski chiwai ko. Hatong ailila. Sumakwat pa ikiwan ko na ka. Sumaktaw niyo ikiwan giko. Kunang punja iti. Chilay ko anya giko. Ima sumakal pa kita. Hay kaya sumakal pa kita. Wil ka wala tayo sa mistake man. Ima sumakta ko na. Kiway kay Ray. Kay estudyante ko naman ima sumakta ko lang dito. Anya iti. Ho!
Okay.
Oh, Horpichai.
Mother Earth, can Nina make Mother Earth, please? Nina,
I will for Nina. I will. She is honoring Mother Earth. I will do. Pachamama, Santa Terra Pachamama, Dulce Mamita. Gracias por todos. Sweet Mother Earth, thank you, Holy Earth. Thank you for holding us. Thank you for giving us all the elements to build our body. Thank you for giving us your beautiful fruits, your vegetable, your flowers, all the nourishment to nourish our body. Thank you, Mother Earth, for holding us where we sit, for holding every step that we take. Thank you, Mother, for receiving our hucha, any heavy energy that we need to release. Thank you for receiving it and transforming it, giving it back to us for sweetness again in fruits and flowers. May we awaken, may we become earth keepers through the Jaguar path, through the Keros, learn how to once again return to gratitude and honor you and heal the damage we've done, and honor you and awaken to the great reality of the gift of paradise you offer us here and now. Gracias, Pachamama. Horpichai, Alianzo. And bring your hands up to the sun and to the moon.
Chachi hatun miracocha, hatun macantanca, teitei, y piquichis, teitei, con un calintea, gracias, añay, teitei, arinta, no teitei, sumat con una ahora sí. Entitay, maquilla, ampute, te sumat con una calia, ya se ve. Mama coto, ampute, teitei, hatun chacana, 15 chata, tabachata, llamañawi, arado, ampute, teitei, hatun colca, y piquichis. Ye pinchas ka kuna tete anyay ke che kusuma kuna ke pinche pe che ku linta hanak pacha de pinta kuna linta ye pinga kuna psina kuna linta che che ongi tete alinta kuna kuna sinke Jaguar patman kuna somachtan sa pinchanki amachanki mai pinya katin somach katin bes ahora si tete alinta kuna son koi komanta no kai ko somachta anyay che ki kupi anyay kuna ahora si yo ahora si
Horpichai. A big thank you. Don Wilbert, thank you for being here. A big thank you to all of you for being here this morning. May this have been a blessing to all of us, to you. May it have been offer us healing, and may we have all evolved just a little bit more. May we have evolved and expanded our love and appreciation to our planet, to the stars, to the moon, and to the sun. I live in gratitude, Wilbert. Thank you so much. Thank you, Pascual. Thank you all. Blessings to all, and stay tuned. Again, see what's happening. The training is beginning soon. Lots of love. Have a beautiful, beautiful day to everyone. Horpichai. Wonderful day. Have a wonderful